Hey, what's up? All right. Can
Oh,
you hear
not
me?
so much. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You're not
Can
moving
you hear
much,
me?
though.
Okay.
There you
Sorry
go.
about that.
It's all good.
Hang on.
All good.
Plug this up. Hang on one
All right. Hey, what's up, Derpy? Ooh, spoiler content.
second.
Yeah, we're gonna get into all those spoilers in a little bit with the Avatar. You've seen it, right, Brandon? I think you saw it today or something.
I did see. I went last night.
Oh, you went last night? Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, I think you're still laggy.
Freaking
Hey, what's up,
yeah,
Perp?
I was.
Man, we got a
I'm
bunch of people that come in.
let me try something. Hang on one second. Because I see myself lagging really, really badly.
Yeah. And then shout out to Perp Derpy. I know you're in chat. If you're not following Perp Minded, go check him out. He Perp nominated the Spoiler Kings for Show of the Year, right? I think it was. So we appreciate that, man. That's like legit. That's like pretty. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
That like that people like recognize us just as like entertaining, you know. So that's super awesome.
Yeah. Crazy to think about. That's awesome.
Yeah, super hype. And I think the award show is Wednesday, so definitely be checking that out, watching it. And James Cameron is a god. He's visually he's a god. I mean, that man like knows how to make things look insane.
Yeah, say what you will about the movies story wise, but
yeah. I mean, we'll get into that. Did who was? I think it was Perp that actually told me. I don't remember if it was or wasn't. I'm sorry, but something about I guess the frame rate in Dolby 3D is a higher frame rate than any other format. And I'm like, that's interesting.
That
and
not,
like, let me look it up real quick. We're just kind of hanging out. We're gonna do some reviews. We're waiting for Brian. Brian, he's like, don't worry, I'm on my way. Thank you, dude. You can say it now. We can pin it, or you can wait if you want. Because we're gonna do some trailers, and then as soon as Brian jumps on, we'll get right into the review of it.
Oh yeah, he's driving home, right?
Yeah, he's coming back. 3D version, just to kind of see the variable refresh rate. See, I think it was only Dolby 3D though, because I after you said that, and I heard other people talk about it, and hold on, I'm gonna look it up because I saw it in Dolby 3D, and just Dolby alone is insane. It looks so crisp. It sounds amazing. It's on the big IMAX screen anyway. This Dolby is always the way to go if you're gonna see something like big like that. But then there's parts where like it was just, you can tell because it just looked so like, besides the 3D, obviously, it just so more in depth because of that frame rate. Let me see. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah. Perp, buddy, what were you doing seeing this in any way other than 3D?
Because the glasses. I just threw mine. Yeah, I just threw my my 3D things over my glasses. It worked out pretty well.
Oh no, I was teasing Perp. I was like, I was teasing Perp. I was like, what were you doing not seeing this? Okay.
But no, dude, I hate 3D. I think me and him were talking in the comments. I hate 3D. Like, one, because of my glasses, and two, most 3Ds kind of suck. You know, most.
A lot of them do. a lot of them are gimmicky, but there have been good ones. I think
Yeah.
obviously the first Avatar, that was my first IMAX 3D experience. Tron Legacy was amazing in 3D.
I can see
And
that.
I had fun with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in 3D. That was pretty entertaining in 3D.
Oof, that might have been a lot for me.
I'd say those were my top three.
Let's see.
Hold on 1 second.
Trying to see the refresh rate. Yeah. Really, I click on one article and I hate it takes me to like another article. Like really. Wait, what was it? 48 FPS? Uh, Screen Rant. CNBC, see what they say. A little more legit. Let's see. Oh yeah, Gemini Man was 120 frame rates, was frame per second. Which that movie always looked weird.
Jeez, I forgot all about that movie.
It
I forgot
wasn't.
all about Gemini.
Yeah, it wasn't good, which sucked because.
And it committed something even worse than being not good. It was forgettable.
Yeah.
I completely forgot all about that movie's existence. Real talk.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Because Ang Lee directed that, and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I forgot
which is a
about that.
weird thing for him to. Yeah, he was
let's see.
he's a very peculiar director to me.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah, he
his
is.
approach to the Hulk. Friggin' art house Hulk movie.
Yeah, right. Because I hate that I have to do that. Yeah, it's not comfortable. Yeah. I used to have contacts. I cannot literally put anything in my eyeball. Like it sucks. Like I have to be like a child when I have to put eye drops in. Like I have to put it in the crease in the corner of my eye and then blink, and it's like I cannot. I just can't. It's weird. Dread was the best 3D movie. Really? I can see that.
Oh
I
yeah,
like
Dread was awesome
shooting.
in 3D. Yeah, I saw that in 3D.
Also, I think they said they're making a Dread sequel, which is so good.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can show you this.
they need to. They've been talking about it for just make a Dread sequel.
So
Make several.
I've been a fan of Dredd or Judge Dredd for a long time because of my uncle. So I got this 3D print. Oh, come on, you're not gonna show it. No, let me see. Hold on, let me turn off the screen. You gotta see this. It's like one of my favorite things I've ever got 3D printed.
Oh,
So
very
it's
nice.
the badge.
Oh, that's
It's the judge badge, but it has my name on it.
Mhm.
So
Awesome.
I want to sand
Yeah.
it down, paint it up, and stuff like that. Because I've seen people like make it like super legit. Like they make it look like metal. It's all rusted and stuff. But yeah, so I was like, I love that.
Yeah. I like Judge Dredd also. There were elements of this Stallone movie that I thought were entertaining, but this new one with Carl Urban was what I was wanting out of a Dredd movie.
Yeah. That one was fun enough. It was very, very comic book accurate with the visually. But besides that,
Except him taking his mask off, his helmet off.
oh yeah, the entire time after the first scene, it was just like, okay, yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done with actual Judge Dredd, and we're doing our own thing now. Yeah, was that watching clips of Gemini Man in 120 frames per second? It's like watching a Netflix novella. That is true. Because I think a lot of those novellas have like weird frame rates too. That's funny.
Mhm.
Oh. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh.
I need that link. My laptop's pissing me off.
Yeah. I'll send you the link.
The linking, this
Go
is the
on
client.
your phone.
Yeah, even though like drain my phone dry, but some sacrifices have to be made.
So if you got a tablet or something, you just got to hook up some earbuds to it and it'd be set.
Yeah. Hang on 1 second.
All right, go for it. Uh-oh. What Perp say? Perp said, I need James Cameron to make a Attack on Titan movie. He would bring that whole world to life. I can see it. I mean, visually, yeah.
Visually,
I think,
definitely.
but even with something like that, where, all right, let me switch you over. Let me know when you want me to switch you over. All right, I think he's good. I'm gonna switch him over. There we go. Oh wait, bring that down. Can you hear me?
Hear me?
Oh, you gotta say something. Oh. Get you a nice phone stand. Mine, I broke mine. I was so pissed. This is like a phone stand where like you can flip it both ways and like it goes up and down. Then I broke it. So now it's just a stick. I don't know why am I even keeping this thing? This thing broke. It's just sitting on my desk at this point. Yeah, you sound good. Look good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brian's almost home. But like I could see Attack on Titan doing well because you can make it look good, and the character development and all the character stories are already done. So you just copy and paste that with some great visual effects. I think that'd be
and
sick.
I think Cameron's proved he's got enough respect and appreciation for that sort of thing because he wrote the Alita Battle Angel movie.
Oh, that's right. Which also I think is getting a sequel. That movie was really underrated. I thought that movie was really good.
Yeah, it's just a shame that it underperformed box office wise.
Yeah,
I thought that was a good one.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I think I think it was just a little too much for people. I don't know, but yeah. I mean, it did well once it came like home. So like home with DVD, Blu-ray, and all that stuff. It did pretty good.
Yep, I think that's where it kind of got like a new lease on life. As with a lot of things, once they come out on home video and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with this Avatar thing, I think it's all of 3D, all the 3D ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
were
it was
the high frame rate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very much a made for 3D. Well, we knew that way before we went in, especially with how long we had a 13-year wait between movies. Which in hindsight I actually really respect. I was kind of I know I was making a lot of jokes about the fact that we had to wait 13 years for a sequel, but watching it now, I definitely understand the reasoning, especially from a visual standpoint.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, because usually a lot of times with stuff like that, like a lot of companies, or studios are like, we don't want to put that much money into something and it might not get the return. but it being the number one grossing movie of all time, like, why not make a sequel? You know, why it took so long to make a sequel, but I think I was reading, I think they're almost done filming number 3.
I think
And,
they
like,
are. I think they are finished filming it.
They are finished, and
Yeah.
I think they were going to jump right into number 4. Like, it was just going to be a straight like continuation, which would be good because we get the movie quicker, and then it's also cheaper production wise because it's just one long shoot rather than breaking it up.
Yep,
That's what they should have done with Dune.
cheaper production wise because
I agree.
shoot rather than breaking it up.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done with Dune.
Hang on 1 second.
Oh,
I'm just
there
kind of
we go.
repositioning things.
1 second. I'm just kind of repositioning things.
Okay.
I'm just kind of repositioning things.
I'm gonna mute you for a second. But as far as Avatar True goes, I need Marvel and Star Wars to use whatever witchcraft was used in that movie to be used in future content. No more half-ass CGI. I agree. I agree. I mean, all the movies always had, even before Phase 4, some of them had issues. Definitely like in not Endgame, Infinity War. With what's his name in the Hulk Buster suit looked so bad.
Oh yeah,
that's so bad.
Yeah, the kind of like his floating head or whatever the yeah. Let me
that was horrible.
Let me have a seat over here. Hang on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm cool with that. We do that. I will watch that 9-hour cut of Avatar 3 release, the Cameron cut. Oh God. Yeah. That 9-hour cut. You literally would have to have like 2 intermissions.
Yeah.
2 intermissions.
2 intermissions.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Just one more thing. I'm just kind of moving this around.
Yeah. Then but yeah, he was talking about that. He's like, oh yeah, you need to have something you need to have long stories like that to tell the full story. Like, do you though?
Okay. But yeah, it was but yeah, I was reading when I got in last night that the third one is pretty much finished. Filming wise.
That's good.
But yeah, so we got until December 2024, I believe, for that one.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, from what I understand, like filming's done.
Nice. That'd be cool. Yeah, and just jump right into number 4. And if there is a number 5, but that's a lot of money. That's a lot of CGI.
5, dude. Like, I love these movies visually, but I'm not sure. 5 might be kind of put. 3, maybe 4 movies, maybe up to 4. That might be enough.
I think we're getting for sure 4.
Yeah.
I think we're getting for sure 4. 5, I don't know. That like you said, that is a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure, how much Cameron kind of thinks he can squeeze out of this, because it is a pretty simplistic story, and I think the visuals can really only take you so far.
Yeah. Unless you separate it every time, 10 years in between each one.
Yeah.
But yeah. You at one point, like by the third one, like you need to have that character growth, that character develop. Like you need to be, I don't know. They need to be going through more things rather than the same old thing.
You're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I mean, we'll get into that more when we do the review, but yeah, for sure. When I said there ain't nothing to me, I've been watch shows all the time, so I'll just like watching a Netflix series. But being at the theater, I don't know how you were, but I got up after over the almost 3.5 hours because you have all the trailers and everything going.
Mhm.
Like, I got up and my legs hurt, my shoulders hurt, like
Mhm.
like just from sitting in that one position for so long. And
Mhm.
then I went by myself, so like I had strangers next to me, so you really can't like lean over and lean on the person a little bit. So I'm like sitting there, I'm like, like
Mhm.
yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
A couple
I'm sore.
times, well, I was, those reclining seats in the theater, but I ended up having to just kind of sit forward because those seats in the theater over here, over on the corner of over off Roosevelt over here are really, really comfortable. At one point, I kind of felt myself becoming a little drowsy, so I just had to let the seat down and then just kind of sit forward so I
Mhm.
didn't get too comfortable and fall asleep.
The dude to my left fell asleep,
Mhm.
full on snoring and everything.
Snoring.
Yeah, I mean not loud, but
Mhm.
like when it was quiet, you can hear him like.
Oh
I'm like,
man.
oh, shit. So yeah,
Mhm.
it was funny. I think a few people were looking. They're like,
Mhm.
someone should tell me because I have the AMC stubs,
Yeah.
and that you can like reserve 3 movies a week, and it's
Mhm.
me and my girlfriend, and she didn't want to see the movie, so I didn't think about it until way later. I was like, fuck, I should have just reserved a seat next to her or next to
Mhm.
me under her name so I can have that extra space. I was like, I
She
didn't
did
do that.
not. She didn't want to see Avatar. She
She
didn't want to. She didn't want to witness this.
she
Like.
did not. She didn't really care for the first one.
Mhm.
Granted, neither did I,
Mhm.
besides the visuals. But obviously I want to see it because I love seeing like great looking films.
Yeah.
But she wasn't really impressed
Mhm.
with the first one. She's like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to spend 3 hours away from the baby. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. He also mentioned that Avatar 5, that's where you'll see a battle on Earth. Oh, really?
Hmm.
They're going back to Earth? I can't see them.
Me neither.
Because the Navi wouldn't invade. I feel like they wouldn't give a shit unless, I don't know, unless they kidnap him and bring him back, but then you're super outnumbered. If you just bring back like 1 or 2. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Eternals is the only movie I fell asleep on. I I guess I can see it. There's some parts in the Eternals where you're like, okay.
There were, as much as I appreciated that movie and what it was going for, I could definitely see parts, where you could fall asleep during.
Yeah, like when they look into the sunset for 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah, the AMC
Yeah.
A-list is fire.
Mhm.
Yep. And although I might cancel my girlfriend's because she just not into going to see movies lately. So
Yeah.
it's like $24.
Mhm.
But before COVID, we would go see at least a movie a week, like every Saturday or Sunday. Wake up, go to the 10 a.m. matinee movie,
Mhm.
which would be nice because then like it's noon, then you go get lunch, and then you still have the rest of your day. But now post COVID, I don't know over by you, but out by me in the suburbs, like the earliest showing is like 11, and that's rare.
Guess who's Bazak?
What's up?
I was seeing Brandon moving around all his entire apartment. I was like, hey, look at him just moving around.
We need to get you like a
No, I got him.
Station,
No,
little workstation.
It's happening on Wednesday. I'm dropping it off to him.
What's
Just wait.
that?
I'm dropping. I got something for him.
Oh.
Merry Christmas, brother. You'll see.
Thursday. I'll be working from home on Thursday.
Done.
There you go. All right. I know Brian. You gotta. Yeah, he's hungry. He just sped all the way from the city or something.
I was going 90 down the expressway real fast. Like, all right, I got this, guys. Don't worry about this.
Well, it's such a great deal for people that go to the movies constantly, or and I realize how much money I've been saving. Yeah, and the only drawback is I don't get to collect those ticket stubs
Yeah,
have so many of them. Yeah,
I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, I love my
It's-
A-list. I love getting my popcorn at Fast Line. I
Mhm.
love going to just random movies, even if I don't really care about the movie. I just go because I love going for the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 movies a week is
A lot.
a lot. You know, I mean, that's what about 12 a month.
Mhm.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. You know,
You know I was coming, man.
no problem.
I was like,
No, oh no, when you were eating the wing.
hey, that's Christmas Eve, guys. It's the gift that keeps on giving. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, shit, Christmas Eve, we all might be stuck at home. We're talking about like 8 inches of snow and shit.
No more
Yeah.
Holy crap.
2022.
Yeah. Yeah. They're talking about it's from like Thursday night until like Saturday morning ish.
Mhm.
And right now they're saying 6 to 8 inches, but they say by Wednesday they'll know like a better estimate.
Mhm.
Because it's also
Well,
possible that it might misses us all together.
It the guy I always follow Tom Skilling. Tom Skilling is like, you know, he is the freaking weather god.
OG.
Yeah, you know, and he's like, you know, Indiana is gonna miss a good chunk of it, but like it looks like we're gonna get hit. It's just like how hard are we gonna get hit with the snow? I was like, sucks.
The word snow should be banned. Don't speak that into existence.
I know. I woke up, I watched the news, and I saw her say that. I was like, severe winter storm. I'm like, don't what? No.
Yeah,
No.
because I own these restaurants. I had like go through my snow bills. I was like, damn it, who's doing snow? All right, let me sign this contract before they know and send it in real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Jersey has dodged snow so far. This new storm that's rolling in right now, it's hitting like a little bit more west. And they're like they're getting it bad.
Yep.
So and when with us, it's gonna be pretty bad too, because that's where like we're right where we're at is where like the Canadian drift or whatever if you call it.
It
Comes
goes
in, so
down
we get it.
right
Oh,
there, right over
we get it.
Chicago. It's
we get
it's
it
a low,
hard.
a low pressure point where it comes right through us.
Yeah. So Jersey, I don't know how bad you get. I don't know what the pattern is once you get that far east. You know, does it start dropping again? But
I blame Brandon. So all right, guys, let's watch some stuff.
So
I'm ready.
I got a bunch of trailers, but I figured we'll only do 3.
We can do 3. Then you're gonna do this Avatar talk. We can do a couple more because you guys are gonna be very surprised about my position on Avatar. So,
oh jeez.
Oh god.
Okay. So for sure, I want to do the Barbie trailer because it was very interesting. I figure Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
we
Yeah.
better.
And then you guys want to do Scream or
Yes.
or 65?
And yes,
All right. How about we do 2, and then we'll
Yeah,
do
maybe
our
we
stuff,
do.
and then we'll see if we can squeeze a couple more in at the
because
end.
I need us to do 65. I it's amazing.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We said Jersey's weather patterns are extremely bipolar. 1 minute be cold and the next would be 50s. We know that.
Dude, in Chicago, literally 1 week we had all 4 seasons back to back. It was summer. It was like literally 90 degrees, and it'll go down to like 60 degrees, and all the leaves fall off. And then it'll be spring, and it'll be rainy and stuff, and all the leaves come back on, and then it will snow all in the same week.
What was it? 2
I'm
weeks ago it was
heavily-
in the 60s, and then last week was in the teens.
Yeah.
I think it got down to like 18.
I'm heavily considering transferring jobs next year. Some not transferring jobs, but transferring locations through my job.
We don't want you no way. Fine. Kick you out.
Yeah, we go. Say if you go back to Korea where they have like this super insanely fast internet,
Mhm.
Exactly.
you don't have to worry about
I'm
that.
like you
again.
right here. This is crazy.
And very brief, tolerable winters. More importantly, where it barely snows.
I could tolerate this winter
I can tolerate it too. I just don't want
Jinxed
to.
it.
until January, and then I'm like, I'm done. I only
Yeah.
went through Christmas.
Ugh. Usually we don't get it this bad before Christmas, but
Mhm.
all right. We'll start with the Barbie, and then we'll watch Spider-Man, and then Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
think
Oh
we're-
my God,
Oppenheimer.
yeah.
That one's out. That one just came out too. So
Yep.
we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll sprinkle a few in here because I do want to play that game of is it a Christmas movie?
Mhm.
So oh shit, that's pretty. All right, cool. Bring that down. All right, let's start the segments. we All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Kramer with Brian and Brandon. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Guys?
All right. So a surprisingly interesting trailer came out. It was actually was there for the Avatar movie as well.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
yeah, so this one people have been talking about for a while. Talking about the Barbie, and it's only a teaser trailer. So let's watch it and then we'll give our thoughts on it.
Oh, look at the sunset.
Yeah. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Yep, we're good. My
I'm
girls,
seeing that.
My girls could have been like the extras for that immediately.
I'm seeing that.
Barbie? Just look it up.
Yeah.
I'm seeing. First and foremost, did anyone's audience, when you guys saw that in the theater, did that draw a reaction from the audience at all?
Yeah, I heard a few people giggle, you know, like down in front, you know, like they're like I didn't hear them say what or anything, but I heard like some laughter. So
Yeah.
I heard a guy go, "Oh hell no!"
One guy next to me is like, isn't she a little old to be playing Barbie? I'm like, she's like 32.
That's because you're old, Brandon.
right.
Am I though?
I mean,
Am I though?
we are all old.
Mhm.
Shh, don't tell nobody though.
Are you though?
I don't know.
No, Greta Gerwig writing and directing it, that really has me interested, because she's made some stuff that I like. She did Lady Bird. She did that version of Little
Lady
Women
Bird.
from a couple years ago.
I didn't
So
watch it.
it was pretty good. It was pretty well acted, you know. So I'm interested, and I think it could be one of those things that it ends up working a lot better than people think it'll work, kind of like the Lego movie did.
Okay.
Agreed.
Well, a guy who has 2 daughters, I'm gonna let you know the Barbie movie is gonna make $1 billion. Like it's going to make more money than you can ever believe. Can you know how much money I spent on Barbie? You know that little house, that little village that she was looking into? I have every one of them. I have the dream house. I have like 2 dream houses. I have Barbie has vans. She has RVs. She has all type of cars. I have all of it. It's like my house. I sit there and watch it. She makes so much money. Barbie makes so much money. It can't fail. I will say Margot Robbie might be a little bit too old to be playing Barbie. I'm not gonna complain, and she doesn't have any wrinkles, so it's not gonna like hurt anybody. But I do think probably could have went for someone about 22. But I'm going to watch it because the girls are going to watch it, and the question is how many times will I watch it?
You're gonna put that A-list subscription to the test. Yeah. So I don't know, for me, like it started off and I'm like, what? You know, and there's like all the you know the desert with all these girls like just in brown kind of old school clothes and the baby
Yeah.
dolls and
Basically spoofing 2001: A Space Odyssey.
yeah, the Space Odyssey thing was like great. And then like when they actually show Barbie, it's a doll. It wasn't at first, you know, when they looking up in with the sun, you know, I'm like, this is down the legs. The first time were an actual doll. So I'm like, oh, that's funny, you know. And I'm like, and then seeing her for the first time, like as Barbie, I get what you guys are saying, like she's old, but I think they were looking for somebody with a name, first of all,
definitely.
and like the body type, because Barbie has a very specific body type, so they needed like somebody that could kind of match it, you know.
That's old school Barbie. New Barbie
That's old school Barbie.
has all body types.
Yeah, I think they're going old school Barbie with this one, because I think it's gonna be very over the top and very cliche. I think, you know, here what Perp even said, but maybe they're trying to go for a more mature version of Barbie. I think they're gonna ride that line between adult jokes on that might be very raunchy.
There'll definitely be
Big
some
kids stuff.
context in that regard.
Big
What is
time,
it
you know?
rated? What is it rated? Because if it's rated PG, because they could be a revolt. You gotta understand moms. You guys don't understand how moms are yet.
That's true.
The older you guys get, the more your kids get older, you will start to realize moms don't play. And if you go to a kid concept, a baby girl concept, and you start doing adult jokes, they will come after you with their claws out.
No, it'll be PG. I'm sure it'll be PG.
PG-13.
Oh,
It's set. It's not rated. I don't think yet, but it's set to be rated PG-13.
oh, that means it's probably be some adult content.
Oh yeah, Karens are going to be
I
big
think it
mad.
has to be.
Not just
I
Karen.
think it has
It's
to be.
moms. You have no idea. Moms are different. They rule the world. You don't understand.
Will Ferrell's in this thing? No, he's not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the IMDb.
Wow.
Yeah, Will Ferrell, Michael Cera, Kate McKinnon's in it.
Kate McKinnon. Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously you had Shang-Chi,
Mhm.
Helen Mirren.
Yeah, because
There's so many people.
Shang-Chi is going to be playing like the Asian version of Ken. Like there's going to be multiple versions of Kens and Barbies in this.
So it's
Not
the
just
Barbie
Margot Robbie.
multiverse. It's the Barbie
Basically.
multiverse. I knew it.
Yeah, but I don't think it's rated yet, so we don't know. 'Cause I'm
We-
looking for the rating.
We probably won't get a rating until probably like late spring, early summer. I'm thinking
Yeah,
When does it
but
come out?
they're
July
July.
21st. So we got some
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, we probably won't get it about March or April.
Yeah, they're saying it's probably going to be a PG-13, and if it's a PG-13, I think they can say things where it might go over kids' heads,
Mhm.
and the adults might still kind of get it. You know,
I'm just letting you know. Just watch.
yeah. I don't expect Barbie to getting her back. That would be- yeah, no.
You
Yeah,
never know.
she's
Will
not.
Ferrell in it, man. I mean, you just never know.
It's not going to be the same Margot Robbie from Wolf of Wall Street.
Or from what's the new movie that's coming out with her in
Babylon.
Babylon?
Babylon.
Yeah.
And then Perp said that chick that played Stargirl would have been a better fit for Barbie.
I can see-
Maybe.
I can see a lot of different
She's
girls
a pretty good
um,
actress.
that are young. A lot
Yeah.
of these young girls, I mean, Hailee Steinfeld. I mean, there's so many people that could have done it and just went blind. There's so many options nowadays. You
Yeah.
really start thinking about the young girls. But you know, if they're going for the crowd of the 30s, you
Mhm.
know, because we are the
Yeah.
people that spent the most money, honestly. So if you're going to do that, you know, go with Margot Robbie. That makes sense.
Yeah. See, the only thing with Stargirl, I think she's a little too short, and I know you can make things to make actors and actresses seem taller, but I like I said, I think they're going for that look, and Margot
How
Robbie
do you think
is
Margot
like
Robbie- how do you think how tall she is?
she's probably not that tall, 5'7",
Three.
maybe
I,
5'3".
She's not
Yeah,
tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like this, like that's like Barbie. You know what I mean? Like, and it was weird. And I think they're gonna make jokes about that, about how women don't look like that in real life and stuff like that. And I can see them doing jokes like that, but obviously not that blunt. But yeah,
No,
Yeah,
I think they
it's-
are. I think they're gonna talk about Ken not being what's it called? Anatomically correct. I can definitely see that. I'm telling you.
It's gonna be an interesting movie. I really wasn't hyped for it, and then I saw this trailer. I'm like, this was a great. It didn't tell you anything what the movie's about, but just the trailer. Like, if it's gonna be jokey like this, and if it's gonna be silly, like I think that's the best way to go.
Yeah, and we need more trailers like that.
She's 32, looks way older.
You think so?
I don't think she looks way older.
Yeah, I think she looks her age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be that really kind of self-aware, almost kind of veering into self-parody. Like I said, kind of like the Lego movie, I'm thinking,
Yeah,
to an extent.
yeah,
And like I said, Greta Gerwig is a really good writer. She writes really smart content. So I really think this movie is going to be a lot smarter than people might initially peg it for.
Well,
as well.
what
I
I said,
can-
Will Ferrell. What if Will Ferrell is a dad and has a daughter who's playing with Barbie, and that's really his character? like just
Like-
very similar to
So
the
like in the
movie.
Lego movie.
Exactly like the Lego movie,
Mhm.
but on the other
If-
side of the coin, instead of the son, the daughter.
That's genius. If it's connected, if
Mhm.
it's like they're in the same household, I
Household,
guess at that
exactly.
point, it's like,
Exactly.
like that would be interesting, man. But I wonder, because then you could do that. See, who owns Lego and who owns Barbie?
Mattel owns
Mattel
everything.
owns. Yeah.
Mattel owns
definitely
Barbie.
owns Barbie.
Barbie.
I mean, Lego,
That's
doesn't Lego
interesting.
own Lego? So I'm just saying
think-
that I think this it's something that could still happen, and it'll be
Yeah.
it'll be genius, honestly.
Oh, it is. It's Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers, I think, did Lego movie as well.
Yep.
They did.
So
I'm just saying.
that's interesting. All right, I'm calling it. That's what it's good. I think that's the best way
when
to
you
go.
see Will Ferrell, I mean, he's not going. Where's he going to be as Barbie? But if he's the dad, and it looks just like the Lego movie, and it has the same popularity, it might blow up.
Mhm.
You just get like a Lego bomb thrown in right at the end.
Mom, and then
So I see the wrinkles in the face. I don't know. I don't mind it. I think she's a good enough actress.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like here is like it's too much, but also Barbie is too much anyway. So
Yeah.
it kind of works.
I
But
think you see Margot Robbie, and you see her as herself. Like she's too big of a star. Sometimes you have a star that's so big you can't see them as the character.
hmm
mm,
And I think she's on that line right now, where
Yeah.
it's hard being a character when you see it.
Will Ferrell's gonna be the Baywatch Ken. Man, because he got that giant scar on his abdomen, like him having no shirt.
Running around like
Yeah.
that's not a good look.
They don't want to see that. All right. But anything else, guys, before we move on to another one?
Nope, just
Real-
I'm telling you, it's
Nope.
going to make a lot of money. Don't
Oh,
be
yeah.
surprised, guys.
It'll make a lot of money. It'll be interesting to see because I know they've been trying to make this movie for years, and it's gone through like a lot of writers, a lot of directors, a lot of different stars were attached. Like at one point, the character was going to be played by Amy Schumer before they went this route.
Oh God! Thank
God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
But yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested in seeing this. I'll be there.
Yeah.
You'd be the only guy in the theater. They'll be looking like, where's your daughter?
I am comfy enough in my masculinity to say I am going to see this.
And all the moms going to be looking at you like, hide your daughters, guys. Hide your daughters. Even though I'll be there too. You can take one of my daughters, man. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
yeah,
That's
for
fine.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. The only thing that sucks is I guess due to like rights purposes or something like that, Barbie Girl is not going to be in this movie, the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, because they don't own the song. Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
But
Hey,
That would have been
Barbie
cool,
doesn't need
but,
it.
mhm.
Yeah.
She owns everything else. It's all right.
Mhm.
She has
Yeah.
her own plane. Trust me, I know it's upstairs.
Amy Schumer, I got jokes, but I'm not gonna keep those to myself.
Oh, trust
Yeah.
me, so do I.
Yeah. Yep. But all right. That's it for Barbie. So if you're checking us out on replay, make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what you think about Barbie. You think it's gonna be bad? It's gonna be good? It's gonna be funny? Are you going with Brian's theory of Will Ferrell's character? Or are you going with Perps and he's gonna be a Baywatch Ken? So, but leave a comment. Let us know. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you know when we go live and post new videos, and hit the like button as well. But that's it for this one. So if you're live, stick around. We're gonna do one more trailer, and let's move on to it. All right. Well, I think we got a comment at the end. Well, per se, we could get a Barbie horror movie. That would be really interesting. That'd be, I think, it'd be interesting, but I think it would.
It can't be the first Barbie movie. I mean, it's one
Yeah.
of those things that have to be like a spin-off or something.
Yeah, it's got to make a buttload of money first and get all the kids, and then they can do it. Sorry. So you want to watch 65 or Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. Oh my god.
Spider-Man.
I
Okay.
love Spider-Man so much.
It was it was a really good trailer too.
Mhm.
All right, let's do it. All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brian and Brandman Brandon. What's up, guys?
I just can't wait to see this trailer. It's like the greatest thing ever.
Oh yeah, this trailer's amazing.
Yeah. So obviously he's talking about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse this time around. Let's just get right into it and then talk about it. All right.
I can hear you being quiet, Mom.
Hope I didn't
know
hate
that.
the game, man.
No one my age says those words in that order.
It's just hard to see my little man not being my little boy all the time.
Yeah.
For years, I've been taking care of this little boy. Making sure he is loved, that he feels like he belongs wherever he wants to be. He wants to go out into the world and do great big things.
Not bad, kid.
And what I worry about most
I love you, man.
is they won't look out for you like us. Miles! Want to get out of here? Wherever you go from here, you have to promise to take care of that little boy for me. Make sure he never forgets where he came from. And he never doubts that he is loved. And he never lets anyone tell him that he doesn't belong there. You gotta promise, Miles.
I promise.
Who do you think you are? Really?
We are supposed to be the good guys.
We are.
June.
Oh,
Very nice.
takes too long. I was
Yeah.
going to say tomorrow.
And it was supposed to be out like a month ago originally, if memory serves correctly, before they delayed it. Yeah.
Honestly, the first thing I saw in the trailer, I noticed that the dad wasn't very prevalent in it. Everything we saw from the
Yeah.
dad was in the past.
Flashbacks, yeah.
Yeah. So my first thought was, did his dad die? He's a police officer,
Yeah.
and we know the story. This is dad died, and that's why his mother is speaking to him in that way. So now he's had to be not a little boy anymore. He has to grow up really fast, and now he's without his father, and now he's actually in the Spider-Verse. He needs some of those other Spider-Men to be that father figure too. And then even the words of the mother was more epic. Thinking about that, as you going from boy to man, these are the things I need you to be able to take care of, and to remember to take care of that little boy and never lose sight of that. And I mean, the words, the way she spoke it seemed like it was the epic odyssey that he's about to go upon, and I cannot wait to see the journey they go.
Yeah. Definitely. That was the first thing I thought of too. When she was talking, I'm like, wait, did he die in the first one? And I'm thinking because I'm getting the game confused as well, because in the game, he I don't think spoilers, but yeah, I had to think about it. I'm like, wait, he didn't die in the first one, so yeah, it makes you wonder like what's gonna happen.
I mean, his name is
at least
Miles
with the pilot.
Morales. I mean, we do know something.
Well, yeah. Perp said it's a movie.
It looks
movie
good,
looks
but I hate
but
it sounds like it's from New York.
Yeah, it is what it is.
That makes me think about Zack Attack. So I was like, yeah, you probably think the same thing. Like, dude, it's the wrong borough. That don't sound nothing like us.
Yeah. What you got, Brandon? What are you thinking?
Like, I really like how they stepped their game up visually. it just looks even crazier, especially that montage we see, or not the montage, but that like shot we see with all the other versions of Spider-Man, like
going in slow mo with this one.
mhm.
But you go ahead, keep talking. I'm just
Yeah. I'm really interested in just seeing how deep the rabbit hole, so to speak, goes in terms of all the Spider-Man.
There's so
Why?
many. I mean, just look right here. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
What's up with Spider-Man 2099 seeming to be like a villain of
Villain.
sorts? Mhm.
You got Fat Spider-Man.
Mhm.
I just saw that. You like every time you watch it, you catch a new Spider-Man.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, Oscar Isaac, is Spider-Man 2099,
Mhm.
which is I think good casting. You got Ultimate Spider-Man back there.
Yeah.
A bunch. I think somebody said the Tom Holland Spider-Man is in
He's
here.
supposed to be in it. Yeah.
There was there was Spider-Man Unlimited, which really which I thought was really great. I don't know if anyone remembers that very short-lived cartoon on Fox back in the day, but I really rocked with that show.
Oh, it was good, man.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
I also wonder like how they're gonna do this. I mean, we gotta remember that this movie came out in the year that we had Black Panther and all these great movies. It might have been the best movie that year.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't come to this huge uproar. People didn't know about it until like 2 months after it came out. I saw it because cartoons and kids, but people didn't know how wonderful this movie was, and it's kind of going to have to go off of that.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that it can live up to the hype because this movie, I'm so hyped about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Perp said, hopefully they chill out with that frame rate stuff that they were trying to do because that shit hurt my eyes. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was.
Did you notice though they mostly did that with the character of Miles, but then when he actually did become Spider-Man, he started moving like everyone else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was that was cool.
Shows it.
Mm-hmm. It was a good little artistic decision to make.
Yeah.
I think they made so many great decisions in that first one that this second one has to be a banger.
I don't know, man. These guys just know what they're doing, and they're just like, let's just dive into it and just blow it open.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, then you got the Gwen Stacy. I mean, you got the Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen.
And we're gonna have that love story, and you can see even how his face look, how much more mature Miles is. So it's probably been 3 years since the last one. So I mean, they've definitely aged him up. He's gonna have a more adult storyline. I think this is going to be such a good movie. I cannot wait. I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much because then I'll just be so hyped. By the time I get there, it's gonna be all over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's the video game Spider-Man and Miles right there, which is cool. That's super cool. So you got that. Other ones from the games and shows and stuff like that. I think that's a female over there.
Yep. Spider-Woman. I got a couple of comics of that.
Mm-hmm.
The crossing guard one. I know the one with the bag. I can't remember what his name was.
Is it like Amazing Bagman or something like that?
Yeah. Amazing Bagman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that Wolf right there? Is that a werewolf?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. So definitely just so many. And it's cool, like they're all just like hanging out and talking too. So it's like some of them are not surprised with everything. So I'm kind of curious on why they are going after him. Like who's this in the background that's trapped? So he's probably, got a
No, I think he's probably one of the most powerful Spider-Men, and that people are worried about him. Maybe they think that he could be the one who wrecks the Spider-Verse.
He frames Miles or something.
Yeah.
So, and then we get the Peter Parker from the last movie with a baby holder Bjorn thing, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
it worked out for him.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and a lot of Easter eggs, and this is just a trailer. This is a trailer. And Perp came back. I wonder if that MTV Spider-Man is in here. That would be hilarious because no one would know who that is besides the people that watched the show back in the day.
I was definitely one of them. I loved it. I actually really liked that show.
Yeah.
You think, what about Spider-Punk? You think Spider-Punk's going to be there?
They already said he would.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya's
Kaluuya.
gonna voice him.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Mm.
that's gonna be fun, man. They got some cool Oscar Isaac, I think is great. So it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be super fun. So
I just can't wait. So yeah, we got here. I want to hear what everyone thinks about this. I'm gonna be answering all the comments for this one, guys.
Yeah.
First time I watched it, I watched it, I did kind of find myself humming that Post Malone song from the first one.
Yeah.
Always thought that one was catchy.
it was.
Mhm.
It seriously was.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited, and they say this is going to be like a two-parter because there's going to be a Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 and Part 2.
Yep.
So
exactly.
yeah, it'll be really interesting to see where they go. As a Spider-Man fan, it's definitely one of my one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, easily.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
It is my favorite. Period. It's my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, dare I say, I like it even more than any of the live action ones, and I love most of the live action ones that we've gotten.
Yep.
But this one, just the creativity behind it, how they really delved into the Spider, making Miles Morales the main character, introducing mass audiences that aren't necessarily as familiar with him as people like you, me, Derpy, Perp. That was really cool that they went down that route.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good little companion franchise to the live action movies that we get.
Yeah,
and
hopefully they link them somehow.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Because Miles Morales has to come in. I hope eventually they get a way to bring him into the MCU.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I think they'll just kind of start laying the groundwork for him, possibly as soon as anywhere within the next 1 to 2 movies. They'll at least introduce him without necessarily becoming Spider-Man. They'll probably just introduce him. But I think the MCU has really embraced a lot of the content, so I definitely see a live action version of Miles in the future.
Yeah, which Miles is. I love Peter, but once they introduced Miles and I read him in the Ultimate Universe, comic book run, I instantly fell in love with him. I just the dilemmas he had and everything like that was great.
It's more complex, and I love the comic book run they're doing right now. Yeah, every time a new one comes, I'm running getting.
I just got issue 1 for the new Miles. Yeah, so I haven't read it yet, so it's on my stack to read.
You're gonna like it.
I'm sure. So I got like a cool variant cover for it. But yeah, I'm like, oh, it just started. I'm like, I gotta start reading this. So, but cool, man. Anything else, guys?
Just can't wait.
Yep, I'm really excited.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Cool. So if you're watching on replay, make sure you hit that like button. Let us know you like this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you know when we post new videos and when we go live. And make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what you guys thought about it. Is it cool? Is it gonna be better? Can it live up to that first one? Because that first one was just
epic,
perfect. Yeah. So let us know in the comments, and like Brian said, we'll love to talk about this one for sure in the comments. So but that's it for this one. If you're watching live, stick around. We're going to talk about Avatar.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, let me get this set up. So let's do what we did before. No trailer. The good, the bad. Do you want to read a quick synopsis? I mean, the synopsis got to be like 2 sentences at this point. What's up, Derpy? What's up, Derpy? You lost? Oh no, man. Well, at least you got into the playoffs, which is pretty nice. Yeah. So, oh man, I want to really try to join you guys tomorrow for Pen and Grizzly and Dynasty Pylon, combo. Because some of those football games,
dude. First of all of them are great, but the refs are awful. Referees are awful this year. This is the worst I've seen in years.
It's been pretty bad. But I mean, between the Justin Fields run, which was insane,
That's the greatest run I've ever
the,
seen.
the ending of that Raiders game, the ending of the Washington game.
Oh,
uh,
they
it
had like
was
5 games this
a week.
weekend that ended with last second scores.
Yeah.
And then whatever the hell that was of the Patriots. I don't know what the hell they're doing. So I can't wait to talk about that.
Somebody before I don't want to talk too much about it, but there's a funny meme about it was the water boy, you know, when the water boy like catches the interception but hands it back. It's like it was it Jacoby Myers? Like
I want to let Jacoby back on the bus. I'd be like, no, dog.
Yeah, you walking home, man. You are walking home. Is it the Packers at 12 defense, Baker?
Right.
No, the 12 defense. Yeah, the Colts. Oh, that Colts game.
Dude, that Colts
The
game. I mean, the
Vikings.
Vikings came.
The Vikings game. Yeah. So hopefully, I want to try to join you guys tomorrow. You know, because waiver wire is gonna be waiver wire, but it's also playoff waiver wire, so it's a little different.
It's not
but definitely just talk about the madness that was week 15.
And I was right about Cole commanding Fairmouth.
Oh, it was 4-0, and that was in a half PPR.
That's
in
a
a
half
regular
PPR.
standard.
Well, in full PPR, it was 7-0.
It would have been about like 6.5, 7 or something like that. But yeah, it was just like,
I was like,
yeah, it was annoying.
Come on, Mitch Trubisky doesn't know a tight end. Come on,
it's true. That's true. All right, but yeah, so yeah, definitely come back tomorrow, Derpy. We're gonna lose our damn minds with that.
All right, let's do this Avatar because you guys are gonna be like, what the hell, Brian?
I'm so curious about this.
Yeah, I am too, because I feel like me and Brandon might be more on the same page. So we'll do the synopsis, then we'll do the good, the bad, and then the ratings. Was kind of keep what we've been doing. Yep. We've been doing pretty good with the 20-minute, but I would say try to keep this one in 30 because it's such a damn long movie.
Yeah.
And then but
we got this.
Yeah,
we could do this.
So we're at 1:07. So I say if like once it gets about 1:30, an hour 30, try to wind it down. If we're not already there, but cool. All right,
let's go.
All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer. I'm with Brian and Brandman Brandon. What's up?
How's it going, guys? Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you guys want to hear something funny that happened to me this morning?
Of course.
So, a scammer tried to get me, claiming to be the CEO of my company, while, mind you, I was sitting across from my CEO.
You didn't say so. You're him.
Mm-hmm.
Point at him.
Yeah, take a picture of him. That's crazy.
So, this person wanted me to get a $500 gift card that I would be reimbursed for a client. Send him the stuff like that. I'm like,
I'm a Nigerian prince, and if you give me this gift card, I will reimburse you with gold.
Yeah.
So I'm like, are you can you come to my office and ask me this? He's like, I'm in a conference. I'm like, that's funny because I'm sitting directly across from you. No, you're not. So am I sitting here like conversating with your clone right now?
Of course. That's my twin brother. That's all.
It was an interesting way to start the Monday off.
That sounds like that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. But
you guys get to go see Avatar. We all saw it.
This is the big one that we've been waiting for, right? This is like one of the big ones that we've been waiting for. Has anything really like been on this kind of level of anticipation for us this year? Or, I know there's been a couple close ones.
I've had some things that I wanted to see more, but this still make what $130 million this first weekend.
Oh, I think it made more.
I don't think so.
But yeah, I'll check it.
But so first thing I'm gonna do, since we're gonna talk about this, I'm gonna read the synopsis real quick, and then we'll kind of get into the good, the bad, the ugly, and all that stuff. So here we go. Jake Sully and Neytiri have formed a family, and are doing everything to stay together. However, they must leave their home and explore the regions of Pandora. When an ancient threat resurfaces, Jake must fight a difficult war against the humans. Pretty simple plot, and that's kind of what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, part of the story, I guess, would be part of our thoughts. But I think let's start off with the good,
Yep.
and then we'll get into the bad and then the ratings. So I'll let Brandon, you want to talk about some of your favorite parts or some of the good stuff you liked?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, really, I feel like we really go to Avatar not for the plot but for the visuals, because James Cameron has always touted that first and foremost, and I think from that standpoint, the 13-year wait was well worth it. Seeing this whole new side and this whole new tribe on Pandora, and I didn't even really stop to entertain that when I saw the first movie, that there's other tribes, other peoples on Pandora. So it was really cool seeing this new tribe and seeing like all the underwater effects, the photorealistic underwater effects that Cameron spent all this time developing and perfecting. So I think that was the real star of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think the family element was good enough, and it kept me invested enough with the character of Jake Sully, having this new family of his own and really making his home on Pandora. I kind of like the dynamic between all of them, and even he had kind of you kind of see some of his Marine military tendencies kind of bleeding over into his into his parental habits, just kind of how he parented his sons. That was great. That was really, really cool. It's not really a James Cameron. James Cameron loves his Space Marines. I thought they were, even though they weren't really interesting characters,
It's true.
I thought they were entertaining to watch, the antagonists. So, it was pure spectacle. And I think we need pure spectacle sometimes. I was willing to kind of focus on that rather than prioritizing the story. I thought I had a lot of fun watching it. I had a lot of fun watching it on a big screen in IMAX 3D. I think that's the main way you want to experience it. If not in IMAX 3D, at least on IMAX. So it was spectacle, and it was fun. It was fluff. But it was very good fluff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to go or you want to go?
I can go
Brian?
on this on the good part. Yeah.
All right, go for it.
So I think it was visually very good. The water was beautiful. I loved the interaction of the people.
Mm-hmm.
I love the family dynamic too. I mean, for me, that's big. So, things I always look at for movies are things that I think of. Yeah. I think I fast vibes with the family part.
Oh, it wasn't nearly cringeworthy for me.
Yeah.
I love the fact that, so it's not like all four of these kids are their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So, Grace has a daughter and they adopt a kid, they bring her and they treat her like one of their own. They do a lot of different things. They love their children all the same. And I thought that seeing that dynamic was interesting. I loved seeing the new tribe. I loved them not fitting in and having to learn how to fit in. I loved how their tails were stronger because they're adapted to that area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is a lot of thought that was put into this movie. So I mean, overall, it was really interesting. Yeah. So go ahead. That's not for me. Good for good.
With you. I guess I got to repeat it. Like, the graphics are insane. I mean, that's why you go to this movie. Like Brandon said, it's pure spectacle, and that's exactly what you get from it. But I thought the story was, I don't want to say better, but it had more substance to it than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And which I really appreciated. And like even like Brian said, like the whole family thing. I was like, that makes sense. It was like, he's adopted this new life that he has. You know, like it I think he considers it. This is his life. It's not like this is my new life or whatever. It's like, no, this is what I should be. You know, so I appreciated like that. I also appreciated like it really wasn't about Jake this time around.
No,
It was about his kids fitting in with this new tribe. So it's like, we had the issue in the first one where like, oh, you have the outsider joining the group and stuff like that, but they were like a completely different species of everything and all this. Here, these half breeds, and the whole family joined this new tribe, and it was interesting seeing that, because I think that was a little bit more realistic, than like, oh, here's this human, now he's a big blue thing. It's like, oh, here's these blue things with a different color blue things, when they're the same, but there's slight differences, but then there's still this not hatred, but rivalry amongst each other, like, so I enjoyed that, because it's like a lot of people could relate to that, I think, in their real life, which is cool. But yeah, definitely that the story was better. Was it the best story? No, it's not gonna blow your mind, but the story was better, I thought, than the first one. I was very invested in them. I was emotional. He definitely emotionally invested into these characters, where the first one I didn't really care. Like, Jake could have died at the end. I'm like, damn, that sucked. This one, damn near cried at the end. That, and no, and then my last thing is that end fight scene. Holy shit, that it the visuals plus the action. Oh my god, that was one of the best fight scenes I've seen in a long time. Like suspense, action, like, it was really cool. But that fight scene was awesome. And then we got Derpy coming in a little bit. He said it's not better than the first film, so a little opposite of me, or unique like its predecessor, but it was pretty darn close to the best film. Insane amount of world building, also for far more visual spectacle than the first. So definitely more visual, but I think it was better than the first film.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with Derpy. I think it's better than the
visually.
Yeah, visually, and just like Derpy said, I definitely 100% agree with the world building.
Yeah, I don't think the first one wasn't unique. I've seen 3 movies that done it better.
It's not unique. You're talking, it's the same story of the outsider coming in, colonizing. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna do it better than you that's been there for the entire time, for all your life. I'm gonna come and do it better in 4 years. That's stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah. So like I've seen that story before, and that's why the first one I don't really care. Like I said, Dancing with Wolves, Pocahontas, Ferngully. It's like, how serious do you want to get with this story? Because there's a bunch more that have done this story before. So at least with this one, I think the story was a little bit different. Where I'm like, oh, okay.
Was it different? But
a little bit. Yeah. So that's where I have. So we'll get into the bad stuff. Brandon, what you got for some of the bad stuff?
This kind of goes hand in hand with exactly what we were just talking about. The plot really was something that was so thin to the point that at points I almost kind of found it non-existent. Like, it was there, but at the same time it wasn't there. And Cameron kind of prioritized, what he was doing visually to create this spectacle for us that he kind of forgot about everything else. My dad and I were joking about this on the way home, because I saw it with my mother and father. I didn't necessarily dislike the Jake and Neytiri's kids, but the youngest Navi, like, a lot of the stuff that hit the fan and a lot of the stuff that went wrong was because of him. And he kept, let's do this. Let's go here. Oh, Dad told us not to. Oh, look, come on, let's go. He kept doing it, and he kept doing it, and he kept doing it. And it kind of started to piss me off a little bit. there
I can't
was
wait
there,
for that. Having a teenage boy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna
That's what I
happen.
thought. I'm like, 13 years. I'm gonna either I'm gonna kill myself or I'm gonna kill him.
Mhm.
One of us got to.
What
It was cool to see Stephen Lang come back, and I was kind of I even thought it was cool with what they did with the character of Quaritch, making him basically a clone in an avatar body. That was pretty cool. But I think that he was almost like a little more one note of a he was almost too cartoony of a villain playing a CGI character, which is ironic considering it was a CGI character. It was kind of like a one-dimensional character. Like all the Marines were kind of just one-dimensional henchmen as well at times. So, like I said, James Cameron loves his Space Marines, but at the same time, they weren't nearly as appealing as the Space Marines from like Aliens.
Yeah, no way.
But they were just kind of there. They were kind of a non-presence, and that goes for like a lot of the villains. They were very just one note and very generic. So I think everything other than the visuals was painfully average or kind of below average.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A
non-presence.
Brian, or you want me to go?
I think you need to save it after I go off. So
Okay.
let me go first.
Okay.
I'm so interested to hear this. So
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, take the stage.
Wait, hold on. Before you go, we got a few comments. So Debbie said it's not better than first because of the length. The second one's about 30 minutes longer than the first one, if you believe it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I can see that. I'm talking about the visuals at the time. Oh yeah, the visuals at the time.
Before Brian says anything, I'm not quite sure how I felt about the character of Spider. He reminded me of. Does anyone remember that movie Jungle to Jungle with Tim Allen?
Yeah, Tim Allen. Yeah.
He
exactly what it is. Oh my god.
Yeah, he was just. I feel like Brian has something that he might want to say about this. I'm not going to jump to assumption.
We'll get to a lot. I got. Oh my
God. And then, then real quick. So, speaking of, I guess it kind of leads into it. Horror Geek, what's up, dude? Glad to see you. Said Natiri's role was reduced, which kind of did suck. I said that. I also very much did not like Spider. yeah. James Cameron female characters, are better than his male characters. I can see that.
Yeah.
All right.
Brian,
what you got, Brian?
Take the stage.
Lay it down.
All right. So, you already have a movie. You got colonization going on. So you have these people who look down on the people that are already there. So we know that storyline. We know what's happening with that. I felt like James Cameron took 13 years because he couldn't figure out who the villain could be. He had no idea. And the fact that they thought right before the war, we took the likeness of the guy and we downloaded it to this little thumb drive and we decided to put it into a clone because we thought we might have lost this. That is one of the most thin storylines I can ever remember ever seeing. It was so bad. Like, really? That's what you guys decided to do? That's what you said we were going to do? Oh, before this all happened, I was able to say all this stuff in this video. I thought that was just so stupid. I thought James Cameron took 13 years and he would have fleshed out better characters. He didn't have a villain, so he brought the same villain for the first one? Really? There's no one else that you could have made as a villain in a 3.5-hour movie. Really?
Yeah.
That's stupid. Then, Jake, they made Jake this colonizer, this guy who was an avatar for a couple of years. They made him the leader of this tribe. His job was to protect that tribe no matter what was going on. And I thought it's so Western, so individualized to even think that I'm going to just steal my family and just leave you guys with someone who's not ready. Because obviously he wasn't even alive when this stuff was going on. This was a little kid. Like they said, oh, he's almost ready. He'll be fine. And I'm going to lead the people here. Your job was to protect the entire colony, everybody. Neytiri was part of this colony. The fact that she had to leave because she was his wife, I understood. But for him to do that, that shows terrible leadership. It's not just about you and your family. You have to think about everyone. And that's what leaders and kings have to think about, everyone.
Mhm.
And I thought that was horrible as far as, the quality of person that I thought that Jake was, even though I didn't like the storyline for the first one.
Mm.
Then we have the storyline of the prodigal son. The prodigal son, the younger son, always messing up, coming back, always coming, and the father always brings him back into the fold, and always blames the older son for the problems. And then although the older son is doing everything that he was taught, everything that the parents asked him to do, he's the one that dies. That trope of the prodigal son, and then the younger son inherits everything because that's what's going to happen. Because in this water tribe, the younger son is going to fall in love with the girl, with the chief's daughter. So he's going to get all the prizes, and the one who was good and that listened to his parents is the one that dies off and doesn't get anything for it. So what does that teach everyone? What is it better? It's better to be an individual, and it's not good to think about the whole group as a whole. I hate that idea. So it's like they keep on doing that same idea over and over again. Don't think about the group. Think about you. What about you? And you get benefit out of it. I don't like the way they do that. As they talk about the Neytiri. Neytiri was barely in this damn movie. The mother was barely in this movie. I also hate the savior. I hate the idea that an outsider was the one that was able to connect with Eywa. So this outsider is the one who finally was able. All the ancestors were there. This outsider has this was it a Mary Magdalene type of story. We don't know how she got impregnated, and gives birth to this Jesus character who was not of the people, that was supposed to be of the people. What I'm saying? Like Eywa's been watching over her people for all those years, and they let the outsider be the one that happens to. What? I think I feel like it's almost criminal for that to happen. But once again, I think it's just because the plot itself is so very thin.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to base this strong idea off of something that really doesn't make sense. So I don't like the individualism. I don't like the fact that Jake takes his family. I don't like the fact that he didn't. It's almost like he was not there for everybody.
Mhm.
He wasn't really there as a father to know really what you need to be doing. Be there. It's not about you. It's about you making sure that all of them can kind of get settled in this area. There's so many things and tropes that I kept on seeing, and old storylines that you see, as I said, like the prodigal son, the Virgin Mary, things you can see is going to happen in the next movie. You can see where it's flowing, and I just don't think he thought enough into the plot. Visually, it was beautiful. It really was beautiful. I love the underwater scenes. I love the connection that the people have with all the sea creatures and how they're sisters and all that was wonderful.
Mm.
But the fact that they are taking all these other things, I couldn't stand behind it.
Yeah. That and then before we move on, Horror Geek said which sucks because Neytiri was the best thing about the first film. Yeah, she was
She was
the future leader of the tribe in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Though I do think this movie over the first one, I do think that too. But I like whale song by Sue. Yeah, you know what though? I forgot to say that in the things I like. The whales were really cool.
They were
The whales were really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool characters and everything like that.
And the fact that they're so
like
smart,
that.
they're smarter than you.
Yeah,
We could tell.
Yeah.
This is the thing that tells you they're smart.
Yeah, but the whales kind of is a cool part. But then leading into my bad stuff, the whales were also one of not the whales themselves. The ideas of what the whales offer was a stupid idea. So I was like, so you were on this planet in the first one to get the stupidest name for a thing ever, the unobtainium.
Unobtainium.
Oh God!
Unobtainium.
Then you find out, oh, F that stuff. We don't care about that anymore. We want this like, neuron gel stuff in the whale's brain.
That stops
Like, what?
aging.
Yeah, stops aging.
But and what they do what they did with that, what they did with the buffaloes, and they threw away the
They threw
whole
away the
thing
body.
and just killed off and gonna kill off everything. That's what they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
And we're locusts. That's literally human beings are locusts. They can't come and they use up and they move on.
Well, that's the whole. I think part of what he was getting at was like this Western kind of, it's called like frontier kind of thing. It was really just invasion, So, and that's what it was. It's just like that. He does hit you because the whole scene is like super sad. It's so sad, and you're like ready to cry for this whale because what happens in real life too, and you're just like, oh, and then it gets to the point where it's like, oh, this is why we're here. I was like, what? Like, you just said the other thing was the most valuable thing, and now you're saying, F that stuff. Now we got this new gel. It was
because
like,
they don't have a plot line. They don't have a strong enough
yeah.
story plot line, so they had to continue to use the same stuff over and over again.
yeah,
We don't
Yeah.
have a villain, so let's give us the same villain. We
Yeah.
don't have some new things, so we will get this new shiny toy.
yeah. We're gonna do the
Yeah.
new unobtainium, the
Like-
super unobtainium.
Like I was saying, I think Cameron is so like focused and so laser sighting on the visuals for this. Then he's like, "Oh wait, I got a movie to write. I got a plot to write."
I mean, but that's his kind of MO. Is he doesn't know how to make character depth.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like he just like look back at some of his other movies. Like Titanic was visually amazing, and then it was a super basic love story. I mean, as basic as you can get. Terminator was awesome, super high action, and this guy was, that was probably the coolest he's ever done with as character wise. But that's about it. It's like nothing else, came close to like character as that. Then he went into all the sequels. I mean, number 2 was awesome, but after that, it was,
one of the best sequels.
yeah,
ever, but
2 is probably I think we said it was like one of the best sequels ever made. He is pretty good with sequels. I give you that because I thought this one was better than that, just because the first one was a copycat. At least this one was kind of his own thing, but like you said, it was paper thin. It was paper thin.
he took things from other stories. I said
He
like
did.
the Prodigal Son, takes the Virgin Mary birth. He's just taking things from all these things. He's like, we'll throw it together, mix it in a pot, and Avatar too.
Yeah, I mean, and like one thing, like you said, with Jake leaving the tribe, the whole time I'm like, why? Because you want to keep your family safe, but what about all these people? It was like
You're just going to leave them, and they're
but
going to
now
get killed.
also it's like they're going to get killed.
Exactly.
You're leaving them behind, and then what? I that's one thing I didn't get. I was like, so the guy you're running away from is going to go there and kill everybody because they're going to ask where'd you go, and no one's going to know. So therefore, everyone's hiding the secret. So he's going to kill. And I didn't get that. I was like, that doesn't make this doesn't make sense. Besides it being like a cop out to them going to somewhere new. It was just like a super cop out, but it didn't make sense. What's his name? The Space Marine getting the upload thing. I kind of like chuckled a little bit because I was like, oh my god, really? Like
that's what you guys came up with.
Like, well, that was also one of the first things in the movie that happens. So I'm like, oh, okay, I can overlook it. But then, like looking back at it, I was like, oh, that was the first of many of these silly things that you did. They're like, and like you said, Brian, like there's no new bad guy. It's just the same bad guy. And then you have the new general there. Like, so they're not drilling for this material, which for some reason, I don't know why anymore. Like, you're coming back and you've been there for a year. Why else did you come back? And then they said like, oh, we don't care about that material anymore. We wanna make this Earth too. Yep. Which she said it one time and no one said it at all.
Never been back.
And I feel like that's gonna be a Avatar 3 thing, with like the invasion of like non-military people, putting up beach houses and shit and all that stuff. Because gentrifying, basically, they're gonna gentrify the entire planet. And
then don't forget about Spider. Spider gotta be one of those bad things too.
Yeah, Spider was kind of weird because there's times, especially I don't think he even knew what to do with Spider. Besides, like, oh, this is how I'm gonna connect the old and the new guy and blah blah blah. And then after that, it was like whatever because they said he was like a cat, like he just wouldn't go away. So I was like, so you really didn't care for the kid? You know, but all the other kids cared for him. But obviously, I don't think Jake didn't. Neytiri didn't really.
She didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember her talking to him.
She said, I'm gonna stab him in the face, and then she had the knife up to his head. That's it.
Yeah, that was it.
So she don't believe anything about him. She don't care anything for him. And I mean, Jake gave him a hug, so that was
Jake
nice.
kind of cared, but he never. No one ever went out of their way to like go save him. He was just like,
you're
here
him
too.
Son? He can't call him a son.
Yeah,
like his son just died, and you going really?
Yeah,
yeah, you little traitor.
Yeah,
he just let the general live. He brought the problem back.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
what?
yeah. I thought part of me is like, okay, I once they were like, oh, he's gonna be a Navi, and then he's like, oh, we're gonna eat like them, we're gonna live like them, and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, they're doing Dragon Ball Z, where all the bad guys eventually become good guys, and then the new bad guy comes in, and now they're good, and and it just keeps stacking on the good guys.
I thought that exactly that they were going to join. They were going to join the tribe and say, we realized that we were wrong. We're going to bring more military help, and we're going to start balancing out the scale. But instead, they were like, no, we're still going to kill everybody. And everyone dies.
Yeah.
They kill everybody.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then it's just like some of the other stuff was just kind of like, it was just very thin, like you said, and it was just, and again, like obviously there was a lot of other stealing from it, because like the first thing I thought of with was it Grace's, what's her daughter? First thing I thought about was Anakin Skywalker. I was
how she was just.
I know who the father is. It's Awa. Like, duh. like, because Cameron can't think of anything else. Like that's why she has a connection. It's because somehow Grace.
You missed the tank. It's actually Darth Vader. Darth Vader's actually the father. That's what's going on. She's using the Force. That's what's going on. Full circle, guys. We got it. Full circle.
Oh man, but I mean that was for me like the first thing I'm like, oh, she found a way to like, and again, same thing when in Phantom Menace, they're like, oh, who's the dad? Oh, there is no dad. Midichlorians. So like if there's like a midichlorian thing in Avatar world, I'm gonna be pissed. But I mean that's what it's gonna be, obviously. I don't think that's gonna surprise anybody.
Yeah, I mean if Grace is still with Awa, you know who it was. It was Awa.
Yeah, and Awa's like, oh, I can change her DNA. I don't know, do whatever, yeah.
I
but
told you to be my thing.
Yeah. Why? Yeah, you have like people going in and out of the existence of the planet, and you're like,
all
you
and everyone else connected. And Awa controls the animals because when she needs the animals, she just sends them out there. So you didn't want to give one of the people that same power, the ones that have been there for you all that time. You're like, no,
Neytiri,
outsider. I love it.
Neytiri would have been perfect for that with the role. And yeah, like she was barely in it, which kind of sucked. And her and Jake just constantly fought the entire time. They're like, I don't want to do that.
That was the only realistic thing.
Yeah, probably right. But yeah, I would give it to Zoe. The scene when Jake tells Neytiri to go, he goes, I need you, and she gets that face. I'm like, she's gonna kill everybody.
She's such a badass, and that's why you needed more of her. We needed more of her.
Yeah. Why did they sideline Neytiri like that? That was probably the most criminal thing. That was the biggest sin the movie committed.
I don't know.
I think there's some other issues. In number 3, Jake and her are going to be back in the forefront, and the kids are going to take a back seat. I think this movie was just to introduce the kids and the other.
I think the kids start to take over. I think we're going to get another time jump. Another 5 years. And those kids are starting to learn how to become, the head of the tribe. They've now totally become water people, and he can do water and fly, and he talk to his sister, can communicate with all the animals, and they're going to be able to start building other things, and they're going to start gaining the trust of all the water tribes to be able to do more things, and then someone's gonna get snatched.
Yeah, that's how it always is. Somebody gotta die. But I don't know. My just the way it ended was like, oh, now he's gonna fight. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, so you should have done it in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, at first, like, I'm like, okay, it kind of makes sense because like in the first movie, it was just your butt on the line. Like, like if you died, then whatever. Now I get it. You have a family, so now you have to think about besides yourself.
Gave
but, you have a whole tribe.
All the power. They said we're going to follow you.
Oh, so that he's just a plot device and love interest for Kiri. He can burn. He can burn for what he did at the end.
Yeah, he's talking about Spider.
Yeah,
because that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna do the same thing with Spider. They're gonna find another body.
Yeah,
and they'll put Spider into the body. They should have used Spider to be the villain. That's what they should have done.
Like
Instead
unintentionally the villain. I mean,
he doesn't hate. He never really spent time with them.
Mm-hmm.
He was still there with the few people that stayed, and he hated what they did because he lost his father. Never got that experience with his father.
Mm-hmm.
I get that.
They probably should have used that because that makes more sense than it's a clone. Look, guys, I never told you about this, but we're just gonna bring this up right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull it out of the air. There you go. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That
was lame.
I felt insulting. I felt insulted.
But
I left the movie theater. I was not angry at all. Like I'm not saying that this is a horrible movie. I just said this movie was so beautiful. It's a crime. The plot that they gave to it. It's a crime. It should have been good.
Yeah,
it should have been great. It is good.
It should. It was there. I mean, it was better than for me. That's why I'm like, it was better than the first one because the first one was just boring. This one, it's not boring, but it's also paper thin. So I don't know what's better. You want boring or very, very thin storyline? Like, I mean, that's kind of where we're stuck at right now.
Yeah. Cameron just focused on the on his visuals.
Which is what he does.
He spent X amount of years focusing on the visuals. He probably spent like a week, probably like 4 days, working on the plot.
His ex-wife would be like, "Hey, can you write me a plot?" That's all you got to do. She makes better movies. Yeah, just go to his ex-wife. Make me a plot, and then I'll do all the visuals. That's all he should have done.
Yeah,
that's funny. That's funny.
And what's frustrating is he's shot and come up with some great stories. We're talking about the guy who did the first 2 Terminator movies. We're talking about Aliens. One of my personal favorite action comedies, True Lies. So,
True Lies. Oh, that's right, True Lies.
Yeah. So when he wants to bring it story-wise, he can. We know he can.
He was like, I'm going to make the most beautiful thing ever and make it not make sense.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's not that it didn't make sense.
It's just very flimsy. It doesn't make sense that all that happened. And you pulled stuff that wasn't there. You just made it appear like it was a magic trick.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you I had this, but here it is. Like, I mean, come on, man.
I mean, I don't know. Is the next one Mind Control? I mean, like, I don't know. Like, what? It seems like they keep retroactively. If they're gonna do something like that, what else are they gonna do? Like, oh, and we added this in your DNA, and you turn back to human. Now you're a transformer. I don't fucking know.
I'd be surprised if not even Cameron knows what the story is for the next one, even though it's done
filming.
But it's done filming, but
he still doesn't know what the story was. He goes, what?
That didn't really save anything story wise with the second one, did it?
Yeah. Can you imagine people going to him like, that didn't make sense. They don't care if it makes sense. It looks too good.
Yeah.
He's going to make us $2 billion. Shut up about making sense.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I'm going to fill in the blanks during the reshoots.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
That's good.
And then Horror Geek said with what was his name? Syria, yeah, okay. Which is Bailey Bass's character. She's a new tribe person. Being on the poster, I can definitely think the new cast will take over.
Mhm.
I don't know. We'll
I
see.
think
We'll see.
They kill somebody. Like Neytiri is probably going to die.
I hope not.
If not
But,
3,
yeah.
probably 4, and Jake is probably going to die in 5, and then the prodigal son who finally gets it, is going to take over and win the war.
After screwing up everything and
After-
putting everyone into the line of fire in this one,
Yeah.
you little
Yeah.
jackass.
But he was so much like his dad. That's what I felt. I'm like, oh, you don't listen, just like your dad. So
Yep, exactly. You're just like him.
Because in the first one,
Um,
Jake didn't listen to anything.
True.
Are we going to rate it now, guys?
By the way, it's crazy to think that Kitty, the adopted daughter, was actually played by Sigourney Weaver as well. That was crazy. That's
Yeah.
insane. That's
Yeah.
so insane to me.
Yeah, it's like not only we're gonna make a weird Virgin Mary, we're also gonna do exact same voice.
Yeah, was
That makes
a
sense.
70-something-year-old woman playing a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah,
Crazy to think. Mhm. Yeah.
although she didn't do too bad because that whole like, hey, come check this out, like that whole like teenage girl attitude. I was
Yeah,
like,
it was.
Okay.
Yeah, she did
bad.
great. Like, yeah,
Too bad.
it was.
Yeah.
but it was funny
love it.
because you can hear the old lady voice sometimes come out of her,
Mhm.
which I don't know if that's what they were going for. I don't know, like old soul and a young girl. I don't know.
I can see it.
One last thing. I hate when movies don't end. Because this had an ending. There's at least a handful of storylines that were wide open because it's going into 3 and 4.
Mhm.
That always irks me. It's like I'm here to see a movie and I want to see this movie, but this movie is not finished because
Yeah.
it's gonna go into at least 2 more movies.
No,
you know?
it's going to have their own at 5. There's going to be an Avatar
Yeah, the
every
5.
2 years. Every 2 years until 2030.
Yeah. So, so I mean, it left a lot of storylines open, which kind of is annoying. But it is what it is. It's he's trying to make a universe, I guess, like you said, every 2 years until the end of time.
Yep.
So, all right. So that being said, let's get on to our ratings. Where are we at? So here at Spoiler Kings, we do now, later, never. Keep it nice and simple. Now means you got to go see it right now or you are missing out. Later means you can wait till it's at home, watch it at home. And then never means just skip it. It's not worth the money. That being said, we'll keep the order going. Brandon, what you think?
I can give this, I can't say a solid now, but I could give it like a reasonable now. It's good visually. It's good just in terms of just sheer entertainment spectacle. As long as you really know what you're getting yourself into. I think after 2 Avatar movies, we know not to expect too much story-wise and just have fun on a very big screen. Watch it on a very big screen if you're going to watch it. If 3D is your thing, watch it that way as well. But just as long as you know what you're getting yourself into, you'll have a fun enough time. So I'll say a decent enough now.
Okay. Brian, you want to go?
All right. So visually, I'm going to give it a now. Visually, it's amazing. I love everything. The plot is, I'm almost say never, but knowing the time of the year this is, at Christmas time, you have time to be with your family. Why not go see this? I'm going to give it a now, but know that I don't love the movie. And don't hate it either. But, it's good enough to go see now. Just, you don't have to drop everything right now. You can wait till Christmas weekend when you ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah. I'm gonna go a now as well, but man, see, I don't know. That's what the whole like later thing is too, because like I feel like you can wait until it's out a little bit, but
you can wait if you want to see it in the movie theater. You want to
have to see it in theater,
and that's why it has to be a now.
Yeah, it has to be the now just for that because you have to see it in the movie theater. It's not going to have the same hit at home. It's not. Like Avatar 1 at home, I watched maybe once. But Avatar in theater, I saw it like at least twice, I think. This one I'm probably going to see again because it was just so visually great. I saw it in Dolby. So I saw it in Adobe 3D. So that's where the screen is just insane. It looked great. And then it's shot in a higher frame rate. I think it's 48 FPS, which makes it even more like lifelike, I guess. I don't know. But that just changed it up. So not only you had 3D, but with this crazy high frame rate where most movies are 24 and this is double that, so it visually, oh my god. And that's why you go see this movie. Same thing with the first one. It's gonna be a storyline where you can easily follow, and then you're just gonna sit there and be like, ooh, that looks amazing. And when the bullets were getting shot at you, you're like dodging in your seat because I'm like, damn. but yeah, it definitely now, because you have to see it in theaters. Definitely 3D. If you don't like it, I don't like 3D. The last time I saw a 3D movie was the first Avatar. So that's how much I don't like 3D, but this one for sure 3D 100%. So, and then we got a comment. And then Horror Geek, for a 3-hour film, I was kind of surprised it got an A for cinema score. Yeah. Over a 3-hour movie. 3 hours and 13 minutes. So
yeah, it was long.
Yeah, for me, they could have cut at least 30 minutes.
Easily,
at least easy without even trying. You could have cut 30 minutes, but James Cameron's got to, be James Cameron.
So as far as the Rotten Tomatoes go, so we got the critics gave it a 78%, and the audience gives it a 94%. I'm leaning towards the crit. I'm probably at a 70.
70. Wow.
Yeah, I'm probably at 70, and that's mostly because of the visuals are like 100. The visuals are really, really good, but I did not like the storyline at all. If obviously we know that with what I said, but it could have been great. I like the characters. I just felt like they should have made the story better. But those characters, everything that they had, the new characters are great. I don't even mind the kids. I don't mind the kids being the stupid trope that kids have to be dumb and parents just don't understand and all that stuff. I didn't even care about that. I don't care. Some people say it was ageist because they don't listen to anything, that all adults are stupid. I don't care anything about that. I just think it should have been a better storyline, just better,
a little more meat to it,
something.
But I'm probably somewhere in the low 80s. If you got to put it in there. But I definitely probably closer to the critics. 94 is a lot.
Yeah,
that's
it's
really
more than what this deserves. I'd say.
Yeah,
probably like a 79, 80 for me.
Yeah. But and then also obviously we got to talk about box office, which I think we talked about in the beginning, and I looked it up. So domestically, it brought in 134 mil.
Yeah,
which is really great. Worldwide, 441 mil worldwide.
It's 57 million in China.
Yeah,
57.1 million in China.
Yeah. So, it was crazy. That obviously what the 16th, so it was Friday, 53 mil. And then that Saturday 44, Sunday 36. So it'll probably take throughout the week. It might take a little bit of a dip, and then next Friday, I wouldn't be surprised. Brian, you said by the end of the year it's going to hit a bill.
Yep. Oh, easily.
We're
talking about
say
Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah,
with Christmas and New Year's weekends, it's going to make a bill easy.
Yeah. Speaking of, I think next weekend. Holy crap! Next weekend is Christmas. So
Sunday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people are on their winter breaks. So a lot of people are on vacation too from their job, spend time with their kids. So during this week, usually you see a big drop in movies during the week, just because people are at school and work. Now they're not. So I mean, I think it's still going to take somewhat of a hit, but not the normal kind of hit. But
I think next week, it makes more money this weekend. I think it makes more money.
Yeah, I'm saying just during the week, it's going to be okay. Yeah. And then the weekend, it's a good chance it can hit a bill.
I think we could be on next Monday. We could be talking about next Monday. We'll be on the show talking about, can you imagine if we hit a bill already?
Yeah.
And so the budget was $350 million, guys.
Yeah.
It already covered. It broke even in 3 days. Yeah. It broke even.
Yeah. And some, you say, so yeah, it's already in the profit range after the first weekend.
Yeah. Already $400 million. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's gonna make over a bill.
Oh
Easily,
yeah,
no doubt.
yeah. Cameron's going to be eating very, very good, as is Fox.
Yeah, I said, yeah. James Cameron films typically have amazing legs. Yeah,
Yep.
they usually do, because he makes visually great films.
Yeah, visuals are his game. You know, no one does it like him. You know, that's always been his thing. I cannot say a bad thing about him from a visual standpoint. The man always delivers. Like we've touched on multiple times during this conversation. Just if he stepped it up, you know, a great deal in terms of writing and characterization, and made that a lot more solid, I'd be a lot happier with it.
Yeah.
I'm confident Brian would too. I'm confident you would too.
I definitely would.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I asked for.
You know,
But I mean, definitely, I knew they were going to hit the tropes. They were going to hit those tropes of colonialism and you know white savior stuff. You know, well,
I hate
kind
that,
of.
but it is what it is. It is.
That's
Yeah.
what they're going to hit that.
and then we add this random character spider friggin' wild thornberries over here.
That's
You
what
know,
I thought
just,
of. Yes.
just there just for the sake of being there.
God, he even stole that.
I told you, like he literally just took some plot lines from everyone. Like, all right, here's a movie.
Yeah, he even did the Simpsons thing where like you have like too many fingers. You know, it's like that thing. You know, because that was the big Simpsons thing. But yeah, but cool, man. Anything else, guys? Before we move on,
I'd say that about wraps up my complete thoughts for Avatar.
Me
or
too.
less.
It
Yep,
was
same.
it was decent enough. It just could have been a lot more. It was great visually. It just could have been a lot more.
Yeah, 13 years. The story should have been more solid.
Yep.
Exactly.
Granted, for me, better than the first storyline, but
Mhm.
not where it should have been after 13 years working on it. But it is what it is. But cool. If you're watching our replay, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about Avatar: The Way of Water. How many times did you see it? Did you like the visuals? Did you not like the visuals? Did you not like the story? Let us know. You know, are we wrong? Are we missing something? You know, with the story? Is it genius?
Maybe it's something
Yeah.
that you guys thought was the most awesome thing ever.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So yeah, just let us know in the comments. And make sure you hit the like button so we know you like our reviews. We try to give you a couple reviews every week. But cool. And if you're watching our replay, stick around. We're gonna hang out for a little bit and play a little mini game. But that is it for this review of The Way of Water. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys in the next review.
Thanks, guys.
Cool.
Yeah, so actually, this is another thing. I didn't really want to go there.
Oh, I didn't see the.
Was
Right.
Betty Bass and the Water Chief the only character of importance played by a person of color? Besides Natiri? Yes.
Besides Natiri and like a couple stock characters, yeah.
Yeah. No, everyone else was white. Honestly, that's just what it was. And it was, even knowing that, like, even the chief's wife, I was like, oh my God, this is
Yeah, it's Kate
crazy.
Winslet, right?
Kate
Yeah,
Winslet.
Oh
Kate
yeah.
Winslet.
Oh
Kate
shit.
Winslet.
Yeah.
I was like, really? This is what we had to do? This is where we went, huh? I just couldn't believe. Like, as I was watching, I was just like, wow. Okay. Just-
Mhm.
Why is Vin Diesel in the IMDb for this movie?
He is.
He said, I
He
am
is, but
Avatar.
there's no like. I think it's because like everyone's saying the family thing.
I thought it was gonna be he was the whale.
Yeah. There really was not. Yeah. Michelle Yeoh was Dr. Karina Moog. That might.
she's
been
gonna
the
be.
first
She's in 3. She's gonna
Yeah,
be
she's
in
gonna be
Avatar
on
3.
three. Nothing
Okay.
right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I watch it and I try to be more positive, but I left out there just thinking this is really a shame.
Mhm.
So
Cameron really needs to just kind of there needs to be more balance. He's banking too much on the visuals. That can't be all it. Granted, I know Avatar was his baby in that regard, and developing all this new tech and developing these visuals and everything like that. But he can't bank on solely that.
Yeah,
and that's what what he's doing.
It's gonna become it's gonna become very old very quick by the time we get to number 3. I think this one did well because we have that nostalgia. I mean, granted, it was only 13 years ago, so it's not like crazy, but everyone remembers, oh my god, it looked amazing, it looked amazing. But then you forget, like, it wasn't that great of a storyline. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then you
storyline
remember, like, oh yeah, I mean, it definitely had the same beats. It definitely had the same beats. It was a different story, but with the same steps. Like, oh, they're in trouble. Then they find a new place to live, and now they're still in trouble. Now you got to fight. It's like it had the same steps, but different enough where you didn't feel too gypped off. Although I think I was watching the Gadunk, their review, and Billy said, like, he goes, "Oh, it's just a complete copy and paste from the first one," which I'm like, but
it's different characters. They took and they split his character, his thing into two different, and into all his kids.
Yeah,
all his personalities and split it up, and then just kind of, all right, we're gonna do the same story.
It's a little insulting and kind of talking down to the audience on Cameron's end. It's almost the fact that he's basically saying to us, oh, look, pretty pictures. That's he was kind of veering off dangerously close into Michael Bay territory for me in that regard. Granted, it's not as obnoxious as a Michael Bay film can be, like Transformers 2 or 3, or they all kind of melded together after a while, the Transformers movies. But he's got to step up his game a little more when it comes to
I wouldn't be surprised, guys, that we're gonna get a lot of hate from this video, and I think it's my fault. And that's why I really considered letting you guys do the Avatar trailer, the Avatar movie review without me, because I didn't want. I didn't want to have a lot of people come back and say, "Oh, Brian, he's hating." I was like, no, I mean, the things I'm saying, I literally saw, and I'm thinking about it as it's coming along, but I know everyone's loving this movie, so I don't want to just, Well,
it's just, you can't win them all, and you can't always just, censor yourself just for the sake of being more palatable for people, know.
Also, I don't think you said anything wrong. Like you didn't say like anything bad. It was just like,
I'm not saying you're calling it racist. I'm just saying,
which I've seen people already say that about it.
And I know, but that I think you knew what you were coming into. Yeah. So it's weird to go see Avatar on the first weekend and be like, oh, this was so racist. You know the story was coming. You know what you're going to get. So
you saw the first one, so yeah. But I gotta say, the things that we all said are kind of mostly said throughout throughout a lot of the reviews. The only difference is how much are you able to tolerate of that? How much does this white savior bother you? How much does the thin storyline? How much does that bother you? Because the thin storyline didn't bother me that much, because the first one had a thin storyline. I knew what I was getting. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a shitty storyline, and that's why I walked out of it. I'm like, oh, it's better. Still crap, but at least he threw some sprinkles on it this time. So that's how I kind of came out of it. So I think a lot of the critiques you were saying were what a lot of what other people were saying as well. Is just, I think the only difference is where everyone's at. How much did these issues bother you? Some people, it bothered a lot. Like the Gadunk guys. Like I said, shout out to them. Granted, I haven't watched their video in a while, so I saw them pop up. I'm like, oh, I definitely gotta watch it. And Josh loved it. He gave it a high score, and then Billy gave it more of a medium score. Actually, their scores were exactly what the critics and audience was, which was funny. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that until like right now, so, but yeah, I mean, this is how much it was too fucking long though.
But I think if you don't internalize a lot of that stuff, because like in movies, I internalize those things because that's my experience. Yeah. This is what I see. Yeah. So I internalize a little bit more than, my wife who goes to see it and she's just like, whatever, Yeah. But I think that way. I think that doesn't make any sense. What storylines are you using? How did you write this? Yeah. And I just don't think he did a good job. It's just, it is what it is, though.
But the visuals are going to get old quick by number 3. If you don't have a good story behind it, they're like, I know it's going to look cool, but
yeah, if
Cameron see it 3 times.
Cameron can't bank on that forever.
Yeah. So I wanted real quick. I wanted to do the is it or isn't Christmas. We could spend like 20 minutes or something. Nothing too crazy. I got a bunch of movies, but I'll just pick like the good ones. The ones that everyone talks about.
I think we're gonna go through this quickly. So let's use. We probably need at least 10 movies. At least.
How many got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got 15.
Let's go. Let's see how far we go. And
I gotta pee because I drink 2 of these things. So I gotta pee real quick. It was
Run. So, Brandon, were you surprised by all the stuff I said?
No. No.
I mean, not after me. Not after me enough.
Not after I walked out of the theater, because I had a feeling, because I was reflecting on our review today. I'm like, some of this isn't going to sit well with Brian. Some of this probably wasn't going to work as well for him.
You know me well enough. You know how that is. I agree with Horror Geek. I think Spider-Verse will give me visuals and a story. I think it's finally going to give me both. That's what you need. I don't like the way they did it. I think they could have done so much more and it could have been really, really good. And I hope that James Cameron realizes that someone at least starts to say, at least the voices get loud enough to say, give us a better storyline. You have a ex-wife literally that made one of the greatest movies of all time. You couldn't go knock on the door and be like, hey, why don't you check out my script? Or you're so proud that you couldn't do that. I think that's what it is. Male pride. But I'm a man, so I got pride too.
Yeah.
Also, this is the. So I got Ho 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 for like a Christmas movie, and then Bah Humbug with the Grinch, like for not Christmas movies.
I was thinking something else with Ho Ho Ho.
That was Violent Night.
That's gonna be Brandon this weekend. Talking about he's going out this weekend. Like, don't look for him on the 23rd on Friday night. Oh man. When we off the screen, I'm gonna ask you some questions about the Christmas party.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man. All right. So how about we do 5 at a time, and then every after 5, I will see where we're at, and then we can go another 5. Because I'll do the big ones first, and then we'll window down to like maybe the ones not so much that people talk about.
Okay.
So cool.
Let's go.
But all right. All right. Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brandon, and Brian the Grizzly over here. What's up?
Hey.
Same old
time, man.
Christmas
we got the snow on the ground. It's cold outside because we're in Chicago. We about to get buried. Can't wait.
You be stuck inside.
I'm gonna be looking for Santa Claus on the roof, and I'm gonna try to just like, hey, you see if he falls off, and I get to wear the coat.
You're the new Santa.
The new Santa Claus. I'll come back on the screen. I'm like, I've gained 500 pounds. I'm coming in with a full beard. white dreadlocks. It's gonna be crazy.
The white dreadlocks, was that from a Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, exactly. Hopefully, no
Yeah.
one slashes me out my mouth.
Yeah, right. But yeah, like I said, it is Christmas time over here. So we've been talking about it for a while because there's always a few movies that we kind of discuss and I know a lot of other people talk about. So I decided, let's play a little game. Let's play, is it a Christmas movie or is it not a Christmas movie? So we got two columns here. We got ho 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 with a little green. So that's where we're gonna put movies that we consider a Christmas movie, and Bah Humbug with the Grinch on the right side, where it's not a Christmas movie. So, and by Christmas movie, I'm not talking about A Christmas Carol or A Christmas Story. I'm talking about movies that people fight about.
Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
So how about we just go right off the bat? The number one movie that everyone always talks about.
It's
is
a
it a Christmas
Christmas
movie?
movie. It's
Is it a Christmas
Die Hard.
movie?
Die
Yes.
Hard
Yes,
Die Hard.
Die
Is
Hard's definitely
Die Hard
Christmas.
a Christmas movie.
I can wholeheartedly say yes.
It has to be. It takes place during Christmas time. You have
At a
Santa
Christmas
Claus,
party.
Christmas party. You got Santa Claus. You got everything you need.
And
Or-
furthermore, just kind of piggybacking off that, a lot of the Christmas movies, what is the main character or the protagonist's goal? Always, or usually.
Save the day.
No. Being with family togetherness. That's usually the ultimate Christmas goal. John McClane is just trying to reconnect with his family, and whenever you have a protagonist, here's a flip side of that question: what's the protagonist's goal usually in a Christmas movie? If there's or not the antagonist. I'm sorry.
Mm,
To somehow ruin Christmas for everybody.
Greed.
Greed. The Grinch.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Hans Gruber is a professional thief. He's trying to steal money.
Hans Gruber
so-
is Scrooge. He's Scrooge, guys.
Hans Gruber is basically Scrooge. So yeah, Die Hard. We do this every year. Everyone does this every year, and I'm here to tell you that Die Hard, yes, it is a Christmas movie.
No doubt.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it in there. I think it's a Christmas movie. Yeah. I know a lot of people are gonna argue, and we're like, that's not a Christmas movie.
Dude, I watch it every Christmas. I know it's a Christmas movie.
It is.
It's not
It
Christmas
is.
without Bruce Willis, guys. It's not Christmas
Without Yippee
Hans
Ki
Gruber. Yeah.
Hans Gruber.
Hans
Yeah.
Gruber falling off
Yeah.
Nakatomi Tower. But by the way, the slow motion shot of him falling off the Nakatomi Tower. Am I the only one who thinks that he looked like MTV era Tom Green when he fell off the tower? The
It
slow
looked like he
motion
was
shot.
like literally standing there. He was just
Well, the behind the scenes story behind that. John McTiernan just kind of dropped Alan Rickman without warning, so his
Yeah.
expression was genuine.
yeah. He said, "Okay, we're going to do it." And
That's great.
There you go.
I think that's great.
Yeah. All right. Are you still get the echo or is it gone?
That's good.
Okay, cool. All right. So make sure before we move on. All right. So that one, all right, off the bat, right? So there is a few other ones that everyone always talks about. So we'll get into another one right here. Gremlins. Is
Interesting.
Gremlins.
Hmm.
Is Gremlins.
I can I'll count Gremlins.
You count it as
I'll count it as a Christmas movie. Yeah. I'll say it's a Christmas movie.
I-
yeah.
Just because of mostly because of the setting and the theme of Christmas is very rampant. It's not like it doesn't really the ultimate goal of the character of Billy and Gizmo and Kate isn't really family togetherness, but the theme and the setting of Christmas is rampant and hangs over the movie enough that I feel pretty comfortable categorizing it as a Christmas movie.
Okay.
I mean,
What
it's
you thinking?
snow. There's music.
Mhm.
There's carolers. There's decorations. There's a presence. As much as I want to say "Bah Humbug," it's not a Christmas movie. I think I just convinced myself.
Mhm.
It has to be a Christmas movie, right? I mean, with carolers and decorations.
Mhm.
But is it a Christmas movie or is it just taking place during Christmas time? I think Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Mhm.
I don't know
Yeah.
if Gremlins is a Christmas movie or is it just taking place during Christmas time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I want to go on record and say two things. It doesn't really one pertains to the Christmas theme, one does not. Kate's father was a dumbass. He did that to himself. I know that's supposed to be like a tugging at the heartstrings moment when she's telling that story about her father. All I could think of is you moron.
With it.
And Barney, the dog, Billy's dog, is one of my favorite cinematic dogs of the 80s. Especially the scene where Miss Deagle says comes to the bank and says the thing she's gonna do with him. Barney, being the G that he was, is like, all right, bet, and jumps in and attacks her.
That's right. Yeah.
What do you got, Tank?
I'm going Christmas movie, man. It's just like Brandon said, it's just always there. It's always around. It's yeah.
If it wasn't for the
It's-
present and the fact that he's actually looking for a present for his son and all that stuff,
Yeah.
I'll say no, but it just is.
Yeah. I mean, Gizmo was literally a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's more
so,
Jingle All the Way than it is a scary movie. So
yeah, I can see that. All right. So we got 2 down already. So this one is gonna be really interesting.
All right.
Okay, which one is it?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
All right.
This is definitely one that everyone always argues. Is it a Christmas movie or is it a Halloween movie?
It's a Halloween movie first and foremost, and a Christmas movie much more secondary. But I consider it a Halloween movie first and foremost. It's one of the movies that I have on a permanent loop throughout the whole month of October, but I don't really find myself watching it in December. I think the Halloween theme is a little more in the forefront than the Christmas one.
Yeah.
I watch that movie and I feel Halloween. I don't watch it and feel Christmas.
Okay.
It's hard for me to say any movie with Santa Claus in it is not a Christmas movie. Especially when he's delivering presents. He's literally delivering presents to people on Christmas, ruining their Christmas. He's literally doing that. It's hard for me not to say it. Even though in the whole song was "This is Halloween, this is Halloween, Halloween, Halloween," and then I'm still going to
Making Christmas. They have like a song called Making Christmas. Yeah. It's just super dark and messed up because they don't understand what Christmas is.
Yeah, but it doesn't have Jack coming out of the fountain like unbelievably. That it's just I'm still going. I think it's Christmas, and now Take's going to have to be the tiebreaker because it's the Nightmare Before Christmas. Christmas in the title. There's Santa Claus. They're delivering presents. There's bones of reindeer. Come on, man.
Yeah. So like Jorge said, it's more Christmas than Halloween in my eyes. That's what he said. He wants Halloween to be like Christmas, but the movie itself is a Halloween vibe, and that's where I'm kind of at. For me, like Brandon, you said like you really don't watch in December. We just watched it the other day.
I watched it yesterday.
We just watched it like 2 days ago. Yeah, it's a movie that from October to through Christmas, it's always on. Because like it has Christmas and Halloween, like probably the 2 better holidays. I mean, you probably throw Thanksgiving in there too, but yeah.
The Easter Bunny's in it too, so I'm just saying.
yeah, but that was the wrong one. I gotta say it's a Christmas movie, but it's because the whole vibe is he wants the cheer, he wants this joy that Christmas offers, but he's stuck in a world that doesn't understand that.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
and he's trying to explain what Christmas is to people who don't get it. So I'm like, oh, that I get, that stuff, and then it takes them to actually seeing snow to like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like
What's this?
what is this? Yeah,
Happened everywhere. What's this?
So
That's why things in the air.
but it's also like a realization for him too. It's like I don't need people to understand for me to be happy. Like I get it, so therefore I'm happy with it. I don't know. It's very deep in a lot of that stuff. I mean, you can really get really deep. But I'm gonna say it's a Christmas movie
Yes.
with a setting of Halloween.
I agree. I agree.
But it's great at both times. For me,
I like it the whole time. From Halloween, from October to December 26th, I watched this movie. It's just it's what it is.
So that's where I'm gonna put it. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be very upset at our list already. just the first one. All right. We'll go a couple more. So this one should be let me go one that might be a little bit more controversial. Batman Returns. Was it 1992?
Yeah, 92. Yep.
We're talking DC, so it's kind of relevant. All the DC stuff happening. So let's talk about one of the best, DC movies. Batman Returns. Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, Michelle Pfeiffer, insane. Catwoman, Penguin. Everything happens around Christmas, but does that make it a Christmas movie? What do you think, Brandon?
That's a really good question. I'm kind of conflicted about that one. Part of me kind of wants to call it a Christmas movie because it is a big theme. I believe the last movie is the last line of the movie is Merry Christmas and Goodwill Towards Men and Women is the final line of the movie. If I remember correctly.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'll watch it again, but yeah.
That's tough.
I'm going to say it's a Batman movie. It's not a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of the best Batman movies ever. And it's bah humbug.
Okay. So Brandon, you're saying it's a Christmas movie.
Kind of. Christmas isn't too prevalent. It's more of just kind of like a backdrop to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think. So that said, even though I'm a little conflicted, I almost called it a Christmas movie, but I can't really call it a Christmas movie. It's more just kind of in the backdrop. It's a Batman movie that just happens to take place during Christmas time. It's a setting. It's a backdrop. It's a prop in a lot of ways, but I can't really I can't really comfortably call it a Christmas movie through and through.
Yeah.
So I would have to bah humbug it.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna stick with you guys because like you said, it is just a backdrop. It allowed Tim Burton to do some really cool stuff with a giant Christmas tree in the beginning. I think
that was some of the residue of Edward Scissorhands still kind of left over since he had done that.
Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands, which is funny. That's two Tim Burton movies back to back. I guess that's his vibe, huh? Let's do messed up stuff around Christmas. But I'm gonna bah humbug it as well.
Yeah. See, unlike Die Hard, there's no Santa Claus that's prevalent in there. There's no gifts and stuff like that. It's not Christmas party. There's not those things. It's just you see it's Christmas.
Well, I think there is a Christmas party.
There is a Christmas party
because that's I think Michelle Pfeiffer, right? She was added or something like that.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of drunk guys. But I like Brandon's idea of the good guy is about family and wanting to share joy with the people he loves. And the bad guy is about taking it away.
Yep.
There was definitely the bad guy in this one, but there was never the good guy trying to share the joy with the loved ones.
Agreed.
So I really, when Brandon said that, I was like, that's probably a good way to look at everything, because that's what it is. It's like spreading joy and or being joyful with the ones you love, and then the bad guy needs to be the opposite side of it. But yeah, I'm gonna do Bah Humbug for it. Oh, here we go. How about we do the trilogy of Tim Burton and go with Edward Scissorhands? Might as well.
All right, B. On you.
What you got?
I can't really. I'm kind of lumping this in the same boat as I did Batman Returns, where I can't really comfortably call it a Christmas movie, even though it takes place during that time. It never really comes off as something very vital to the plot, other than, you know, like the iconic snow angel scene or the ice angel scene. It kind of feels like you could kind of set that movie during any time period or on any holiday, and it wouldn't really bear any impact either way on the plot. So I can't really call that a Christmas movie. Christmas isn't like a huge deal to the movie for me, other than some cool visuals and some kind of, you know, some iconic imagery. Christmas itself doesn't really seem too important to the plot. So I would say I would give that a Bah Humbug as well.
Okay. What you got, Brian?
I mean, it's heartwarming. It's like, I mean, the setting the movie would be different if the setting wasn't Christmas time.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like a lot of the virtues are Christmas time ish, you know. And I'm still going to say Bah Humbug.
Okay.
Because of, you know, the same thing what we said. It's still, I mean, there's family. There is family, but it's not like a villain that's very, you know, Bah Humbug. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't consider it a Halloween movie. I don't consider it a Christmas movie. I think it's a winter movie.
That's interesting. I didn't even think about that. Like, so all right, so you guys are both putting in Bah Humbug, so it doesn't really matter what I say, but
I like to hear it.
Yeah. For me, I think it is a Christmas movie just because it's about like being around the people that you love no matter what, you know. Like, a lot of these people couldn't accept him for who he was, and then obviously you have what's her name,
Winona Ryder.
I can't forget. Yeah, I can't remember what her character's name was.
Kim.
What was it?
Kim.
Oh, Kim. Yeah. I haven't watched this in a long time, but you know, it's like she accepted him and loved him and wanted to be around him and stuff like that. And I don't know. I mean, I just feel like it was more Christmas vibe, but everything you guys said was definitely a winter movie. If it was set in the summer, it would not have been the same for sure. You know, it had to have been Christmas time.
I feel like let's finish up the list and let's see, because we might be able to do a trade. I want
trade it. All right. So that's five down. So let's see. We'll go with another one. This one should be a fairly easy one. Home Alone.
Christmas
is
100%.
Oh, no question about that.
It is one of the my kids have watched it now 15 times today.
Just on repeat.
Just on repeat. Like, they love both Home Alone and Home Alone 2 are super Christmas movies.
No question about that.
Everything that you need, everything you add. I mean, even number one, because the old man and gets his family back, and he loves them. He's holding them, and Kevin comes and sees his mom and hugging, and it's such a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Easily. There's no question about that.
Yeah, and exactly like you said, you have the greed, and you have people that want to spend time with each other, and then accidentally get separated. Even though they were super dicks.
Yes.
To what's his name?
Kevin.
The uncle is the worst. The uncle is the worst.
Uncle Frank and I would have had to fight.
Yeah, we would have had hands. It would come down to hands.
Like call my kid a jerk in front of me.
Hey, who are you
and Freelo like that. You're getting a side of hands to come with that order. We're fading. Talk to my kid like that.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I lost my wallet. Well, I lost your pizza, bro. You need to go
Mhm.
on. Talk to my son like that. You ain't paying for nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't doing
Right.
nothing.
You at my house.
Yeah.
You
Freeloading
lost your
loser.
damn mind.
Yeah, reloaded. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
It-
Frank as an adult pissed me off. Me and him would have. Me and yeah. He would have
Yeah.
caught the fade.
You got called a two piece.
Mhm.
There you
Two
go.
piece.
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
So let's see. Getting down to some of the other ones. All right, let's do some newer movies. Everything here is
Classics.
95. What? Right?
Yeah.
Like early 90s.
92,
Let's do something.
95, 94.
Let's do something a little bit newer. So right up the alley. So Harry Potter in general take place. It always takes place in around Halloween time because that's when they're in school and stuff like that. But the Sorcerer's Stone, Philosopher's Stone, whatever, the first one was the one with the most Christmas in it. So would you count Harry Potter?
I still can't call it a Christmas movie just for the fact that each movie, you know, it still takes place over the course of an entire year.
School year. Yeah, 100% agree with you.
So, you know, we see pretty much all the seasons or most of the big ones. So
yeah,
I can't really call it a Christmas movie. It's, you know, Christmas isn't really a big deal in it so much as it's just, you know, a year in the life of Harry and friends.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Christmas happens during that time, but
Mhm.
it's what, you know, Harry Potter is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. There's
Mhm.
no way that's a Christmas movie.
Hey, what's up, Colt
What's up,
Lord?
Colt
We got
What's
Colt
up,
Lord in
Cold
the
Lords?
house.
Thanks for joining.
Appreciate you guys.
Mhm.
They're saying not a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
And
definitely not.
I agree. It takes place like you have the just say all of Harry Potters all together, you know, but this one had the most, but it always takes place and you have like the issue of him not going back home during Christmas, so he's stuck alone during Christmas, and you know he gets Christmas gifts. There's the ball, the Yule whatever ball. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's a Christmas movie, but
No.
Christmas in almost every of the movies does play a
It has
chunk of
Christmas
it,
in it,
but it
most-
doesn't.
It's
Yeah,
in the
change the
starts
story.
in the fall. You get the winter, we get Christmas time.
Yeah.
We get spring again, you know, and they shake off all the snow. So no, it's
Yeah,
just something that
So
happens.
90% of the movie does not even have Christmas in the background. That's floating candles give Christmas vibes. This one does. I looked it up, and this one, like the first one had like I want to say a third of it.
It's
I
one of
want-
the three seasons. Fall, winter, and spring. Well, you're right. A third of it does happen to Christmas.
Happy Christmas. That's funny. There you go. Like factually, yeah.
That's 100% correct.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't think it's a Christmas movie.
No.
Yeah. And then and also it's like I find it kind of funny where like wizards are like celebrating Christmas. So it's like do they actually believe in Santa at that point? You know, because like you live in a magic world. Like
Santa
it's
might
not out-
exist. He
Yeah.
might exist. Like,
I mean,
oh, Nicholas, he's just a guy.
yeah. That crazy guy. Tell him stop breaking and entering. All right, so we'll go with another newer one. So we'll go Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3, Christmas was a big theme in Iron Man 3. But does it count as a Christmas movie? Brandon, what you think?
I think it does.
Ooh, okay.
Mostly for the fact that Shane Black wrote and directed it. Pretty much all of Shane Black's movies, most of them at least, Christmas is that man's thing. It was a huge deal throughout the movie, I'd say. Even, you know, Tony Stark's closing monologue kind of revolved around Christmas and his gift to himself, which was finally kind of coming to grips with the suit not making the man, and that he was making them as he was making all those suits as a distraction, and he finally got the shrapnel removed from his heart, which was kind of a gift of sorts to himself, I think. And yeah, I'd call it a Christmas movie. You know, it was very prominent throughout the movie. just the topic of Christmas itself. It opened with a Christmas flashback. It ended with Christmas Day coming, as he described. So I'd say, it was a good bookend in that regard, and I think that's enough for me to think of it as a Christmas movie.
I'm not gonna put that on Iron Man 3. I'm not gonna put that on Christmas. The movie was bad enough just because of Iron Man 3, just because of the way the movie was written. I'm not gonna put all that on Christmas. It's not its fault that the movie was terrible. It's not his fault. So I think it was a setting, or it was like a decoration. It was like stuff that you want to see in the background. I just don't see it as a real Christmas movie. It's just not. There's no heartwarming thing for me. It was just a terrible, terrible movie, and doesn't deserve to be on any list besides terrible movies.
Okay, so we're stuck in the middle. Oh man, I hate being the tiebreaker.
There were still elements of Iron Man 3 I liked. It was easily the weakest of the three, but there were elements of it that I liked.
I almost liked the Dark World more than Iron Man 3.
Well, I like seeing all the suits. Just seeing like the tunnel or hole, I guess at that point, of suits was pretty awesome. And we never got to see anything like that again, which sucked. I want to say yes, it is a Christmas movie. Just because, like, it is a very consistent throughout the whole thing. It doesn't make it a bad or a good movie. It just makes it a Christmas
level
movie.
of Christmas movies just went down by putting Iron Man 3 on that list. I just,
because, like, also, like, there was, like, he cared for Pepper, obviously, but even the boy, who may or may not play a role going forward in the MCU. But like he gave him a gift, like a cool Christmas little gift, and I don't know, the whole thing, especially like at the end, they had to break up the vice president's what was it, Christmas party or Christmas family thing, and the big tree. I feel like it was because again it was greed.
Let me retort. Okay. So as a retort, I feel like to be a Christmas movie, you have to have the Christmas spirit type of beat to really be inside of it. And all these other movies, Die Hard, trying to get to your family, all the Christmas party, but it wasn't just a Christmas party. It's the idea that he needs to get home for Christmas. That's the idea. Gremlins, he's literally a present. It's the idea that I'm giving a gift on Christmas. This is like literally what it is. The Nightmare Before Christmas. He's trying to deliver Christmas gifts. Like it's really what's the theme of the movie, not just a setting. And I feel like Iron Man 3 is more of a setting instead of a theme. Home Alone the theme is Christmas. I just putting it next to Home Alone almost ruins Home Alone. Like if you put it on Ho Ho Ho, put it way on the right side so it's almost next to Bah Humbug.
Shrink it.
So I don't want it next to Home Alone. But I think it's more of a setting in Iron Man 3 and not a theme.
I can see that. But I would say I can see it being a theme too, because like now he got pulled away from his love interest, and now he has to get back to her and also
really
save her.
Love anything more than Tony?
No, he loves Pepper. He loves Pepper.
He starts to. He does start to, but he loves himself more. And I don't feel like he loves anything more.
I don't think so, because
I think he's.
I disagree.
In the other movies, I think he loves Pepper. I just don't know if this one is like it's that prevalent. Like he's just trying to save her because he doesn't show her love. He ignores her a lot of the movie.
Well, I'd say
what you see.
I'm a little inclined to disagree with that because I think he prioritized her. Like even just look no further than a scene where the house gets bombed.
Exactly.
He sends the armor to her first and foremost to rescue her and to get her out.
What part about that is Christmassy?
Well, no, it's saving the ones you love.
It's saving the ones you love.
Yeah.
And the love story should be a Christmas story, like any love story, because you want to be with that person you love. You want to spend time with them. If it's a love story, is in the wintertime, it's a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, he does even have that scene of dialogue where he's talking about all the suits he created when he's downstairs in his lab, and he's like, I'm doing this not for myself, but to protect the one thing that I can't live without, which is you.
It's a love
So-
story. Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
But what you just said, Brian, describes 90% of Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yeah, Hallmark. Yeah, it's
It's like a love story set in Christmas time.
Mhm.
You know, and
I
they
don't
just
call
throw
those Christmas movies. I'd say that they're a Lifetime movie.
Yeah. I gotta give it a Christmas movie. I really didn't think because I didn't know.
The level of movies just went down. I was like,
Oh yeah,
Christmas is like a decoration.
I'm not saying it's a good movie, but you know, because there are bad Christmas movies, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, I'll do Brian a favor. I'll put it over there.
Yeah.
So-
Home Alone.
all right. We'll do a couple more. Where we at? Let's see what we got. So this one should be. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Let's see.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh, you know,
Kind of going back to what you were saying a little bit, but I mean, Nerdist wrote an article about is it a Christmas movie? It's been more in the news lately, which is interesting. Like I never seen it around Christmas time. Oh, and then Horgy. Horgy said, I dislike Iron Man 2 more than 3. Not that I liked either. Yeah.
It doesn't deserve to be on any list except terrible movie.
All right. Brandon, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. What do you think?
all right, another one from Shane Black. I can.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I can call this a Christmas movie. Kind of for similar reasons that I did Iron Man 3. You know, Christmas was so prominent throughout. That's always been Shane Black's thing. You know, in some way, shape, or form, the characters or the character goal usually alludes to something Christmas related. So I can lump it in the Christmas category.
Okay.
It has
Brian?
holiday scenes. It is not a Christmas movie. It has holiday. Matter of fact, give me Edward Scissorhands over Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. You know what? Bring Edward Scissorhands back down. That doesn't make any sense. Put Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It's just a thing that's happening during that time. It has nothing to do. The movie doesn't change if you change the time of year. Nothing about the movie changes at all. Like nothing. So like there's no way it's a Christmas movie. There's just no way.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it in the bah humbug as well, just because it's during Christmas, but I don't think anybody really talks about Christmas, and I think it's just a reason to put the main actress in like a sexy Mrs. Claus like outfit. That's all I think it was for. You know, it's like, oh, I need you to be sexy, but you can't wear a bikini, so here, wear this. Yeah.
And Brandon said that's good enough for him.
And Merry Christmas.
He's like, man, that should immediately put it as Christmas movie.
Yeah, it was like,
it was Michelle Monaghan.
There you go. Yeah.
Look, guys, look. Honestly, can we trade Edward Scissorhands for Iron Man 3? Come on.
Iron Man 3 needs to stay right where it is.
Oh my gosh, it's hurting me just to even look at it. I'm starting to believe Edward Scissorhands is more of a Christmas movie.
I said it was. You guys said
I'm
no.
I'm starting to go. If Iron Man 3 is there, Edward Scissorhands needs to super be there.
Yeah. All right. How about with this? We'll go with another crazy one. Rambo First Blood, old school one. big Christmas time at least. But is it a Christmas movie? What do you think, Brandon?
Nah, I can't call it a Christmas movie.
He tried though.
I thought about it for a second.
Think about it. Yeah.
I don't really look at First Blood and really think too much about Christmas when I reflect on it. I don't really remember Christmas being a big deal in it. I just remember who was the cop after him? Brian Dennehy.
Yeah.
I just remember Brian Dennehy just being a total cock in this movie. and just giving this dude who's just passing through a hard time. That I don't really reflect on First Blood and think about Christmas. some of these other movies that we talked about tonight, one of the first things that'll come to my mind when I think of the likes of Die Hard or Home Alone is Christmas. I don't really look back on First Blood, and Christmas isn't one of the things that springs to my mind. So I'd have to give it a bah humbug.
Okay.
No,
Brian?
that's the end of my conversation.
Yeah, same. I think it's a pretty simple one for me. I don't think it is, just because they really do it. Like all you see is, I think, one Christmas tree in the police station or something along those lines.
Yeah, in the police station.
So, does that qualify because it happens during Christmas? But nah, like you said, like same thing with Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, because no one really talked about Christmas. For me, definitely, then it can't happen with
right.
First Blood of all movies.
Put Edward Scissorhands between Iron Man and Home Alone. I don't want that close to it anymore. I don't like this.
You going?
I'm changing my vote all the way to Home Alone.
You're going with me now?
Edward Scissorhands. Yes, I'm changing.
You're going with me now. All right. All right. I'll take.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't put it too close, man. Put one other end.
Put it all right. I guess with space.
Little space. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let me clean these up a little bit. He's a little bit smaller.
No, make Iron Man smaller. Put him on the other end.
I don't know why.
I guess it is a Christmas time movie. I don't know.
Yeah. I put it over there. How about that?
There we go. Okay.
Maybe it'll feel a little better.
Give
it some space.
You can't have classics, all the classics on one side, and you got Iron Man 3. That's just not right.
So we got 10 here. How about we do?
Give me at least two more. Yeah,
we'll do two more. Yeah. Since we're on the Stallone kick, Rocky. Christmas is a big part of it. Christmas is a big part of it. I believe he fights. What's his name? Drago. On Christmas.
If I could change, and you can change, we all can change.
So, but does it count as a Christmas movie? Does it have enough Christmas essence?
I mean, the robot is something. That robot.
Yeah. The robot. I always forget about that. Everyone makes fun of it.
I'd say I can count it as a Christmas movie. It's a pretty big deal throughout. I think what they were going for was a little on the nose at times and a little too in your face when it comes to Christmas, but I get what they were going for, and I think I can lump it in the Christmas category.
Okay.
It's a great movie. This is one of my favorite Rockies. It is not a Christmas movie. It's a fight that takes place during Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
And they use the Christmas thing so they could sell things.
Mm-hmm.
It was product placement. But it's not a Christmas movie. It really is.
It was
movie that had product placement during that time. But it was a revenge movie. It's about the death of Apollo Creed. That's what this movie's about. So when you have a theme that's that big, it can't be seen as a Christmas movie. It wasn't like Drago was like, I hate Christmas. He was like, I hate the United States of America. It was Russia. It was a Cold War movie. It's nothing. It's not a Christmas movie. It just happened. A fight just happened to be around Christmas time. That's it.
When you said, like, it's not like he said I hate Christmas. He just said I hate America. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are like, what's the difference? I mean, great movie, amazing movie. But Rocky IV, it was. Rocky has so many great movies, but that's a whole nother conversation. But is this one a Christmas movie? No, I think it was like a background again, a background that didn't really mean anything, or I don't know, I think if like they did something at least with a little bit more.
Is Drago like choke slam Santa Claus,
Santa
maybe,
Claus.
something like that? You know? There was like at least one reindeer in there or something, or Rocky came down the ring in a flying sleigh, something like that. But no, none of that happened. It was about Apollo Creed dying and him fighting for his friend. Had nothing to do with Christmas.
Like you said, it was more about country than the holiday spirit or something like that. So, you know,
he's not wearing a Santa jacket. He's wearing an American flag.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put it in the Bah Humbug. Not that it's a bad movie. It's just not a Christmas movie.
Not that Iron Man is a good movie.
Exactly. See, now you get it.
No, I still don't get it. I can't go. No.
You know, that's crazy. Like someone has two movies based in the same time frame. All right, let's do one more. Man, there's a lot of old movies. I just realized that now. A lot of old movies that are
Tank, you don't know this, but you're old.
Yeah. Well, I'm not like this old. Lethal Weapon. I'm
interested to see what Brandon says about this one.
Another Christmas time kind of vibe going on.
We're really laying it on thick with the ones that Shane Black had a hand in, if I remember correctly.
Did he? I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want to call it a Christmas movie because it is kind of in the, you know, not just during the time that it takes place during, but one thing that always sticks out with me is the final shot or the final scene of the movie with and we've talked about how family is a big theme at the core of a lot of Christmas movies, and how does it end but with Riggs getting welcomed into the Murtaugh house during Christmas. So I'd say for that reason alone, I kind of do want to call it a Christmas movie. You know, I think that's enough for me actually to call it a Christmas movie for just for that alone. So I know I've been pretty on
everything being a Christmas movie.
Yeah, pretty yeah, I've been pretty liberal, we'll say, with the Christmas movies.
You feeling the spirit, man.
Yeah, I can call it a Christmas movie.
Okay. Brian?
It's a buddy cop movie. It's taking place during Christmas time. It came out in March, and it's not a Christmas movie.
Oh man, for me.
Well, to be fair, didn't Die Hard come out during the summertime, and we categorized that as a Christmas movie?
Did it?
It did come out in the summertime, so like that's why I can't argue so much against
that one.
But it didn't have like Santa Claus, and the villain wasn't like saying ho ho ho, like being a Scrooge superly. That's just different.
No, but I think like I mean, very, you know, again, a good movie. I mean, it starts off with like them doing like catching the bad guys in a Christmas tree lot or whatever, or does that start off in it? I know that's a part of it. So, but that end scene is like in Christmas, you know, like, you know, it's Christmas time and you're like, oh yeah, come on, you're part of the family now. We love you, you crazy lunatic man, you know. So, you know,
yeah.
You know, I'll give it that. That was definitely like it adds that last scene is what adds the, you know, that one little snowflake like and Christmas.
I feel like it gives it more of a setting, the Christmas setting. That's necessarily a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it doesn't hit all the vibes as like something, you know, like say Die Hard does,
or any other vibes. Because it's not like a villain who's like, I hate Christmas or Christmas time and ho 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 or any of that stuff. Like at least the villain says ho ho ho. Like I mean, just I don't think. I don't know.
Yeah.
What about that? Just I don't know. It doesn't scream Christmas to me, but
it doesn't scream Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think Die Hard screams Christmas,
which is funny.
but as Brady just eloquently said, it came out during summertime.
Yeah. So, you know,
what do
the same thing. It's a setting. definitely a setting. But I'll say it's a fun movie to watch in Christmas because like you kind of like get that like little warm and fuzzy at the end where you're like,
You
oh,
watch
yeah.
Lethal Weapon, the original one, at Christmas time?
No. I don't even remember the last time I watched Lethal
No
Weapon.
one does. That's why I'm like, how is it Christmas movies you watch all the time? I watched
watch
Die
every
Hard
year?
3 days ago. 3 days ago, I watched Die Hard. I watched Die Hard almost every
Yeah,
Christmas.
it was on the TV the other day, and we left it on. Same with Gremlins.
Yep.
I watch.
I watched
You know,
Die Hard.
Edward Scissorhands. I watch. I haven't watched it in a while, but I used to watch it a lot around Christmas time.
You
Actually,
watch
Iron Man 3 was on
was
on
like-
TV the other day, and I
Yep.
left it on.
Sure was.
You left
It's
on
Saturday.
Iron Man 3?
I left it on. Yeah,
You poor TV. I'm sorry.
it was gonna like just blow itself up.
I did the same thing. I remember I was eating lunch and like getting ready to go out
Yeah.
Saturday.
I don't know. See, I'm like
Poor
stuck
soul.
with Lethal Weapon. I mean, there's that one scene, but is the one scene enough to
Is
make
that
it?
enough to make an entire movie a Christmas movie?
Mm. See, part of that my initial gut reaction was like, yeah, but then you said, is it a movie you watch during Christmas time? All those movies in the ho 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 section, I watch at least once or twice during Christmas. Lethal Weapon, I don't think I ever watched during Christmas. I think for that reason, even though I just said it had that nice little scene at the end, but I think for me never watching it on Christmas,
Yeah,
I'm gonna put it.
Yeah, remember Harry
Yeah.
Potter has that scene with Christmas presents. Every movie has a scene
That's-
with Christmas
that's
presents,
true.
but it doesn't mean that it's a Christmas movie.
So I'll put it over here in the Bah Humbug. All right, so that's tied. Check that out.
Mm.
Although I think Brian doesn't like our.
If this is a
Or
tie,
Iron
I
Man.
don't know. I hate Iron Man movie. We could have put Home Alone 2 in there too. I was just like, I'll accept that.
That's like saying is the Grinch Christmas movie.
Or is Scrooge just Christmas movie? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a few other ones, but we don't need to get into it. Oh, you know what? Tiebreaker, and then we'll call it
All right.
because this one is going to be very interesting. I feel like we
You
know
gonna say
how it's going to go,
Black
but
Christmas.
that is a Christmas movie though. But no, The Shining. There you go. Really throwing you off. The Shining takes place during Christmas. Family wanting to be together, but maybe a little too much.
Mhm.
Red
A little
Rum.
too much family time.
Red Rum.
Yeah. So a lot of snow.
I want
Yeah.
to see what you got, Brandon, for this one.
I don't think I can call this one a Christmas movie.
What? You can't call it a Christmas movie? That's crazy.
No.
Like,
See, you can think
Um,
about so Jack Nicholson is basically Rudolph. So I have
Really?
nothing. I have nothing. I'm sorry.
because it's all the red.
I have nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't think I can call it a Christmas movie. I think when I think of, I don't really think of Christmas when this movie springs to mind. I think of winter, and that's mostly because of the
Yeah.
final scene. But winter, not necessarily Christmas.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't really. Nothing really sticks out in my mind when it comes to Christmas. When it comes to
Yeah.
The Shining, so yeah, I'd say Bah Humbug. I can't really think of it as a Christmas movie.
I literally going to say exactly what Brandon said. Ditto.
Mhm.
Everything he said, I agree with.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just besides being around Christmas, but I didn't even think about it. Yeah, I definitely think more cold in winter than I do Christmas. Because cold in winter, at least for us, is more like February.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
Valentine's Day for anything, like February.
Here we go.
But I mean, it's always in the talk. It's not the main one that people always talk about. But I mean, there's articles about is it a Christmas movie? I don't think it is though. So I'm with you guys as well. So
All right, I got a question for Brandon. If there's one movie from Bah Humbug that you would want to bring to the ho 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 side, what would it be? If there's
Out of
out of those 7, what's the one that you feel like I said by humbug, but I can see it being Chris's movie.
Lethal Weapon.
Okay. What about you, Tank?
Oh wow. Batman Returns.
Batman
I would. You too. I would probably put it over there just because there's so much Christmas. I mean, there's the whole like giving the gift that is like the giant bomb, and it's they use it as a joke a lot of times, like the whole Christmas holiday. So
Yeah, I'm okay with leaving it over there, but Batman Returns
Yeah,
is the
no.
one I'm like, maybe.
over there. So besides Brian, because I know your answer, what about the other one? Any ho 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 that should go on to the Bah Humbug? Because Brian, obviously,
You know,
Iron Man 3. What about you, Brandon?
From Ho 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 to Bah Humbug.
Yeah.
Probably Edward Scissorhands.
Okay. Because you said no in the first place, and then Brian changed his mind. I would probably move Iron Man 3 over. Because that one is probably for me the least Christmassy, but it has more I don't know, but yeah. But I'm cool with those 6 being over there.
Leave it the way it is, but I just feel like Iron Man. I always feel like it's not a theme of the movie, but the things that you guys said makes me say I'm okay with leaving it there.
Okay. For now.
Until I can throw it away.
You're gonna download this Photoshop file and burn it.
Never existed, guys. Never existed.
Yeah. So cool. That was kind of fun. But a lot longer than I expected. But whatever. It's all good. But there you go. That's what freak. How many movies is
13?
that? 13? Yeah. 13 movies. So Die Hard, it's a Christmas movie. Gremlins, it's a Christmas movie. Nightmare Before Christmas, it's a Christmas movie. So there you go. Those were the main ones I think I wanted to get out of the way. And I think we all agreed except for Nightmare Before Christmas, right?
Yep.
So yeah. Wait, who said Nightmare Before Christmas was not a Christmas movie?
Brandon.
Was it Brandon?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you hate Christmas? And then you're so generous with like Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't get a Christmas vibe out of Nightmare Before Christmas, at least not first and foremost.
Wow.
It's more of a Halloween thing for me.
Yeah, which for sure. But cool. That's our list. That's what we think. What movies are Halloween or Christmas movies? Got me saying which Christmas movies are Christmas movies. Why did I keep trying to say Halloween?
Which regular movies are actually Christmas movies when you really look at them.
Yeah, and then the Bah Humbugs can stay over there. If there's anything on the list that you want to move around, leave a comment, let us know. If there's something we're missing, maybe there's something else that you're like, oh, what about this movie? Leave it in the comments, let us know, and we'll discuss that as well. So, but if you're watching live, stick around. We're gonna hang out for just another couple minutes. If you're watching our replay, thank you for checking out this video. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Next week, leading into Christmas, we're gonna do a couple more things.
You mean Thursday?
Thursday. Yeah. Thursday is our show before Christmas. We're gonna do some other Christmas stuff, which would be kind of fun. And I think we're gonna do a Spirited review. So the new who is that? Ryan Reynolds. Will Ferrell. Yeah, so I started watching it. We'll see. But cool. That is it for us. Anything else, guys, before we get out of here?
Nope.
No?
I think yes, we got Christmas.
Yep. Yes. All right. Cool. Thank you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
See ya. Thanks, guys.
Sorry, man. I was like getting tongue tied. I was like, wait, what? So yeah, I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah.
All right, bring that down.
That's because you got to wait all this time waiting for me to get home. I was trying.
No, sorry.
I was trying. I was like, man.
Yeah. So the only other two movies I had was Psycho and Eyes Wide Shut. Those are the only other two I had.
Eyes Wide Shut is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I would have wanted to know what Brandon would have said about Eyes Wide Shut.
I was more interested about Psycho.
Well, Eyes Wide Shut Nah, I'm not sure I could call that a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. What about Psycho? Because Alfred Hitchcock like specifically chose Christmas as like the movie to be set around.
Mhm.
So it's like
I'm not sure I can call that a Christmas movie either.
I think the
Yeah.
theme is it's
the
Christmas like
background.
decoration, but it was just not. It's a horror movie.
I think the Christmas holiday made everything else seem worse than what it was because you're like you're supposed to love each other in Christmas time, and you get killing, a lot of killing. Cool. I might save that as a file and throw it up on our community so people can vote.
That's awesome. I think
Do something like that too. So I was gonna say if you guys want to watch a couple more trailers, but I didn't realize what time it was. So
I can't believe it's
Probably
past midnight.
another.
I'm surprised.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I think we call it
Mhm.
a day. So who's in chat? Appreciate all you guys. Horror Geek, thank you. Colt Lord's coming in saying what's up. Horror Geek, thank you. Derpy, thank you. Appreciate you, dude. Perp Minded, thank you. Definitely gonna check it out on Wednesday. Check out his award show. And then
I'll be there.
what's we got?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be there.
Oh
too.
yeah. They're gonna say I'm Brian. I'm like, well, Brian's here. He was in chat before he's on the show. So cool. Thank you guys. Any last words, guys? Call it a night.
That's about it for me. I'm gonna hop in the bed myself.
Yep.
Brandon's already asleep. We talking about he's literally there asleep right now.
I'm like
Yeah.
sleepwalking. This is just a life model decoy right here.
So
The
good.
hologram.
Mhm.
The hologram. All right. But cool. Let's get out of here. Appreciate everyone. We'll see you guys on Thursday.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Peace out.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.